All right, guys, there we are. Okay. So we're going to do just a little bit of reactions. I have 2 videos that I want to watch. So only 2 videos that I want to watch, and then we're going to do the rest of the RuneScape grind. I got 30 defense, 30 strength, 30 attack at least. I have 32 strength, actually, I think. And then we're going to get the 34 smithing that I'm going to need in order to make those steel nails. But prior to that, I did see this episode, or this video that I wanted to react to. So let's get into this, and let's go ahead and start doing it. Let's go, fellas.
Has created an inescapable bubble. Final Fantasy XIV is about to open the floodgates and iterate on its most popular feature. Guild Wars 2 is adding raiding back, and it's giving player housing. And Destiny 2 just made its key expansion feature more accessible than ever before. Ladies and gentlemen, the winds are changing, and perhaps irrevocably.
Speaking of Emma, I think that I have a theory about what this video is going to be about already. So, basically, the MMO problem is the idea that that you can't really figure out how to keep people playing forever and also get new players in the door. So you need to have almost unlimited content for people to play, and then you also need to have a whole bunch of easy to get into content as well. So that has been a problem for a very long time. I bet what he's going to end up talking about is the fact that World of Warcraft is now doing this thing where they have like a new mode coming out constantly and a new thing for you to be doing because they're aware that their base game is sort of getting to the point to where people only want to play the seasons. People only want to play when new content comes out, and then you get bored of doing the new content and you move on to something else. I bet that's what this video is going to be about.
This video is brought to you by Elder Scrolls Online. I've jumped in for the very first time, added it to our MMO collection, and their Gold Road expansion, which has a whole bunch of stuff, especially some really deep stories and side content that I wasn't expecting. It's such worth checking out if you're looking to investigate the Elder Scrolls universe. Their new zone is West Weald, where you get started. A mystery character has arrived. A prince forgotten, memories to be found.
Guys, Elder Scrolls Online really is so good.
All that kind of thing to uncover. But of course, on top of that, they've got a brand new 12-man trial to be checking out, a whole bunch of new zones. And within those regions, players are going to be introduced to new characters, challenges, rewards, armor sets, and stories. And additionally, new delves, public dungeons, standalone quests, and mirroring.
Elder Scrolls Online doesn't really have a gear treadmill either. I know that that's a thing that a lot of people sort of have feelings about, whether or not that's a good thing. But I've really enjoyed Elder Scrolls Online. It's my go-to sick game. If I am sick and laying down on the couch, I pop on the PlayStation and I play Elder Scrolls Online. That's what I do every single time.
Incursion World events, which I've checked out as well. Loads to be excited about. Check out the link down below. And a big thanks to Elder Scrolls for supporting us in our MMO adventure.
Hey, Hux, what's up?
You may not have noticed if you've been playing one of these 4 giants in the MMO market. Of course, there are other big names, and we're going to be watching how they respond to what these guys have done. So what? What is happening? The MMO world has been, relatively speaking, stagnant since 2004 in terms of major genre-changing moves. It often gets glossed over, but WoW's major chess move wasn't just great combat for its time and a decent world. It was actually accessibility. WoW was responsible for bringing MMOs to the general masses. Your grandma could...
Yeah, World of Warcraft was the first game that I remember ever really popping that way. Like, prior to that, I mean, I was only 9 years old when World of Warcraft came out, but prior to that, there was never a video game that just everybody in the world knew about and everyone talked about. There was never a video game that was on the news for how addictive it was. There was never a video game that boasted that many players. Maybe something like Chrono Trigger or one of the Final Fantasies would have been the closest thing, but I think World of Warcraft was the first game that not only nerds in their bedrooms were playing, but they were getting all of their friends to play, and they were getting their significant others to play. It was just a completely different moment in gaming. There has been so few of those. Like Halo 2 was another sort of moment in that way. Call of Duty was another moment when Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 came out and everybody started playing Modern Warfare 2, and all these people who you would have never have seen playing video games before got into video games. World of Warcraft did that. That was the first game that I can ever remember having that effect on people.
Play WoW, and does.
Yeah.
Compared to the ultra degen nerd exclusive world MMOs lived in before, it was now so easy and less punishing that it was the point of mockery.
It was cool, dude.
Lol. Lol. Maybe this is like how you're supposed to play. Like, no, it's not really any harder like that. Maybe I should take my balls out. Like, oh, I can like play with my balls. Like, yeah, my balls are playing. Like.
But as we know, it didn't matter. The game was insanely populated
World
now
of
that
Warcraft, not a
casuals
hard
could
game.
enjoy it. The gameplay, rock solid, and we know it did very, very well. But what happened since then? The TLDR is people wanted some of that money that Blizzard was shoveling into its greedy mouth, and many.
This is what brought MMOs really full circle. I mean, they started off as these absolutely degenerate games, and then they became absolutely massive. And then as all these other MMOs started spawning out, all of the degeneracy came back around. I mean, there was no mainstream gamer MMOs after 4 or 5 years, right? Like, all of the people who were going to be playing MMOs at that point were crackheads that could not stop, like me. And I started devouring absolutely everything because of that. It really spawned a world that wasn't going to happen without World of Warcraft. I know that old school RuneScape was out before World of Warcraft, but really think about it. Really think about it. Do you remember any game that was half this popular?
Many attempts were made to take the crown. Off the top of my head, Age of Conan, Matrix Online, the Warhammer
Dude, the
MMO.
Matrix Online. I have such a soft spot in my heart for video games that were made after movies, and especially MMOs. I don't know if you guys ever played Pirates of the Caribbean online, but oh my goodness, dude. That game was so bad, but I played so much of it for some reason. Just everybody wanted to be an MMO. Lord of the Rings Online is still a good game. It's bizarre.
Aeon Online, Terra, Wildstar,
Oh, Terra.
all have fallen, despite each of them bringing something new and unique to the table.
Yeah, but World of Warcraft
Two things
remains.
here, right? I'm obviously aware there are
People
hundreds,
hate it,
if not
but
thousands of
it's
MMOs
still
that are
here.
just trucking along merrily all day, every day, right now, right? Old school RuneScape is doing great.
Yeah.
I recently discovered, while making this, that Neocron, the first ever MMO I ever played, still live, still getting patch notes, still getting server updates, all the business.
Monetized
And after
to hell and
a little
back.
Google, it seems it has an active player base of around 35 people, and it's doing okay. Success is relative. I'm saying you don't consider yourself a failure on YouTube because you're not getting Mr. Beast numbers, right?
No.
Second thing,
Same
I
thing with
did list
games,
a
yeah,
lot of
totally.
dead MMOs, and I know those games.
If you have 400 people on one server, that server is kind of bopping. Just to be completely honest, I think original WoW servers were less than 1,000 people, if I remember correctly, maybe 1,000 people. The max server on RuneScape is 2,000. There are a ton of players playing these games, but to be completely honest with you, if you're trying to have a small community, the less people in an enclosed space, the absolute better. That's just the way that it goes.
will have die-hard fans who truly believe they didn't have the right moments, the right time and place. This should have been great. It was everybody else who sucked, all those kind of things. But ultimately, my friends, they died for a reason. And there's always going to be fans. There are people who like certain things. There are people out there who probably like Will Smith's After Earth.
I'm not a coward.
Or Will Smith's new music, dude, which is garbage.
You get my point. So, what's the problem, and how has it changed the genre?
Yeah, this is what I want to know
Player
about.
retention. MMOs have all concluded the same thing.
Yep.
If people's friends stop playing, or your world becomes empty, then more people leave at a faster rate.
Totally.
It's a domino effect all the way down. When guilds collapse,
How do you keep people
or the
playing?
content is simply so bad it can't even tempt the loyal to stick around, then disaster inevitably follows. Now, it used to be that you could get away with mediocre content or massive content droughts and still be fine. And that was mainly because there wasn't much else on the market to really satisfy the itch that MMOs provide. More on that later.
But now you have people like me who play every single MMO in existence on a loop. I will go and I'll play WoW's content, and then I'll jump over to RuneScape, and then after I get burned out on RuneScape, I'll move down to Final Fantasy 14, and then after I play that for a while, I'll move over to SO, and then I'll install MapleStory back on my computer begrudgingly, and I'll play that a little bit, and then I'll try out some kind of new MMO that I haven't played before, like what I'm about to do with Guild Wars 2, and then I just constantly move around, and that's what a lot of people are doing nowadays, and there's like this splitting of the pot that's going on for all these MMOs. So they're trying to figure out, how do we keep people playing our game forever the way that people play RuneScape forever? And for World of Warcraft, what they're doing is they're introducing new game modes every time the natural progression of the new patch sort of tapers off, right? Like, you're going to have... Season of Discovery, and then everyone's playing Season of Discovery, and then when they know that Season of Discovery is kind of winding down, then they release the next patch for Dragonflight, right? And then when you play Dragonflight for a little bit, then as everyone starts to get their gear up to max item level, or at least far enough to where they feel, you know, like they've done enough, then they're going to bring out Mists of Pandaria Remix, and you're going to play Mists of Pandaria Remix for a little while, and then when that starts to wind down, then they're going to bring out another Season of Discovery patch, or they're going to push for Hardcore WoW to come back, and then you're going to go play that, and they're trying to keep you involved in this game, because if you notice, and I mean this in the kindest ways, I know there's people who play World of Warcraft as their main game, and they do it absolutely all the time. That game doesn't have a lot for you to do. The only content that is relevant is new patch content, the new raids, everything that's come out in this expansion, and you can do all of that in a month and a half. If everything is already out in WoW, you might not be Mythic 24 rating or whatever, but you can do all of it in a month and a half. And so what do? RuneScape had it figured out a long time ago. Take 6,000 hours to max, play it as much as you want. Getting a quest cape is going to take you a long time. Test yourself. Go ahead, buddy. Play forever. World of Warcraft wants that. They used to have it back in the day. People used to, for the community, just play World of Warcraft all the time. Oh, dude. Yeah. Guild Wars 2, it's getting played. Don't worry. Well, I'm going to set up a Discord. We're all going to play Guild Wars 2.
Later. But now, that isn't the case. The gaming market has some insanely good options to turn to when players start experiencing friction in their favorite game. So, how does the MMO makers solve this? Let's call it problem A. It's physically impossible to create enough quality content at a pace that players won't consume faster than you can make it.
That's not true.
MMO gamers are notorious for gobbling up story, raids, dungeons in a matter of weeks compared to the months that it takes to create.
Make it harder. That's the thing that I think they miss out about World of Warcraft, is that back in the day it was hard to finish a raid. Like, it took a very long time for people to get through. MapleStory sort of has this figured out a little bit too. The world's first level cap, so level cap got raised to 300, I want to say. I could be wrong. I think, yeah, it's 300 now. And it took years for someone to hit level cap in MapleStory. Now, MapleStory's not necessarily a good game, but that's pretty amazing. Think about it. The problem with World of Warcraft is that it's made to be consumed over a month. If you're going to have expansions coming out, you need to make them somewhat difficult so that there's things that people have to strive for. This is what we forget about old MMOs. Things were cool because they were hard to do or like difficult to get to. And you would go and watch videos of people playing the content that you couldn't do yet because you were that interested in it. You were like, what does this look like? You would go and watch Zakum fights online in MapleStory because you had no hope of getting there. And that made the people who had Zakum helmets, who had killed Zakum, legendary. And you wanted to be legendary, so you'd keep playing.
So then we get solution A, and it seems like the logical fix. Create a constant gameplay loop players are incentivized to do, but can't complete for a significant amount of time, aka a grind. It makes sense, of course, but inevitably, it has one final conclusion, which would be summarized as WoW's Shadowlands expansion, with a seemingly never-ending amount of chores to do. Now, I know, we crap on Shadowlands a lot, and rightly so, but more importantly, it's become a case study for many games on what you shouldn't do, what doesn't work.
Yeah.
I have had several off-camera discussions with leaders of major video games that you've probably all played concerning Shadowlands specifically from a business standpoint. Let's just say it was a lesson learned across the industry. So now we get...
I love World of Warcraft. Let me just say that here, because I know that people sort of hear me talk about it in this way, and the thing that I'm about to say next is going to probably not ruffle any feathers, because people love to hate on World of Warcraft. But I enjoy playing the game. I just do. I think it's fun. I love when new content comes out. I love to run through new content. I have a good time playing that game. But World of Warcraft has a really difficult time keeping my attention for a super extended period simply because of the fact that everything World of Warcraft has to offer you is just leading you up to fighting a raid at increasingly higher difficulties. And the raids all sort of blend together in my mind. Like, I would take one or two raids that are just extremely difficult. There is no Mythic plus 25, 39, whatever. and you just have to go in there and like wipe over and over and over again, and you might never ever beat that raid. That's what I am interested in with an MMO genre at this point. I want it to be difficult and I want it to be hard, but I also want it to have plenty of content to train me up to that difficult and hard level. I think that Classic WoW had such a good setup because of the fact that you had levels 1 through 60 before you could ever consider raiding. And now think about the fact that every single time you log into World of Warcraft, levels 1 through 60 are a joke, or levels 1 through level cap -10 are a joke. And then you have to do this quick little grind up to level 70 or 80 or whatever it is in whatever expansion that you're currently in. And then you just go and fight some stuff. And then you hang out with people who are much higher level than you, who aren't chatting whatsoever because no one needs to talk, because the mechanics are simple enough for you to just solve them without really having any information given to you. It just doesn't provoke me to spend a lot of time in that world. Whereas something like RuneScape, with, as John said, like Dragon Slayer 2 is a quest that you're afraid of doing. Desert Treasure 2 is a quest that you're afraid of doing. You will put off doing it for just 1,000 hours of your playtime because it is going to be hard and you don't want to see your character die 10 times.
To the really cool stuff. Well, cool for us players, but absolutely terrifying if you are making a new MMO. I'm really fortunate. I've managed to sit down with some of the absolute paragons and leaders of this genre, IRL, face-to-face, on and off camera, and they all have very different takes on how to solve Solution A. And all of them have an advantage that no other game that is being made now, or is currently out, has access to, and they're all utilizing it in different ways. Now, let's start with World of Warcraft. You might remember when I sat down with Ian and he said this about Torghast.
You had a long day at work, then you went out for dinner with your friends, with your loved ones, whatever. You come home, you're exhausted, and you realize like, oh crap, I haven't done my Torghast run
Been
for
there
the
many
week.
times.
Exactly. Does that make you feel good about World of Warcraft in that moment?
No.
Absolutely not. And so, why?
But that's a structural problem with the game. That's not like the fact that you have time-gated weeklies that if you, or dailies even, that you need to do, like, that's a thing that people just don't really enjoy all of the time. Like, don't make it so that if I don't do something, I'm missing out. Make it so that there's always something for me to be doing, and all of it can be done at my own pace. That, I think, is the ultimate solve for this problem. And I think that it's kind of frustrating the way that World of Warcraft is set up currently, where there's all this new content coming out, or all these new modes coming out, that if you don't play them, you're missing out on all of these mounts. And I don't even feel like earning those mounts or earning those item skins or any of that stuff, all those transmogs, is really even important anymore. Like, what are we even talking about with WoW anymore? Make the game just addictive as hell and give me a reason to want to play constantly. The fact that after I do all of my raids in 1 week, it just doesn't matter really if I do anything anymore because my chance to get drops has already been suspended for that week. It pushes you away from staying logged in. What are you supposed to do in the downtime? Go and get items so that the next time the raid comes around, that's boring to me, dude. Like, I don't know how to explain to you that I'm not in a guild and I'm out here pugging for groups and I just don't care about grinding so that I can make myself look good in front of a bunch of strangers who don't even know who I am.
Why are we doing that to people?
So what we do know is you can't make enough content to satisfy an MMO audience, but we also now know you can't force them to grind. You can't have them logging in every day and being upset and disgruntled at the content they're being made to do. So how do we solve this player retention problem? Well, let's start with Blizzard's idea. Blizzard obviously saw the success of Classic. It did very, very well, and we can see that on the sub-number metrics that were released recently. But they then realized something else. They have 20 years of content. 20 years of polished, refined, beloved content just sitting there, not doing anything. And that's when it dawned on them. Can't just keep re-releasing Classic. Sure they will one day, but you can't spam it. But what you can do is add new things.
Season of Discovery,
that is what
totally.
we've seen happen in the last 6 months. These are your WoW Classic Hardcores, Plunderstorm, Mop Remix. Now, of course, we have no idea how many people just stick to retail, but definitely some of them also want that glam and transmog from Mop Remix, and probably also crossover like this. The exact numbers are, of course, remaining unknown to us. But what we do know is that...
And I do this. I really do. I do play retail WoW. I do play Classic. I do play seasonal content in World of Warcraft. But it's still not enough to hold my attention for more than a month and a half at a time. Like, the way that RuneScape pulls me back in constantly because I start thinking about the things that I want to do in that game, I never think, let's go and see what RuneScape might have to offer me now. I'm thinking in my head, oh, I haven't finished Dragon Slayer 2 yet. I haven't finished Desert Treasure 2 yet. I haven't ever gotten an Inferno Cape. I haven't maxed my account. I'm just constantly thinking about these things, and so it's bringing me back to the game. There is nothing in World of Warcraft that you're sitting around thinking about, oh man, I've never done that before because it's too hard for me, unless it's a more difficult version of the boss that you've already killed. I don't think this is a crazy thought, but yet it seems to be something that so many of these MMOs miss. I think that the fact that you can pay for skips in Final Fantasy XIV sort of makes that one a culprit in this a little bit as well. But also in Final Fantasy XIV, at least, there's such a clear progression through all the storylines. And if you are playing the game all the way through without buying a skip, then you're going to sit there and think, oh, you know, I need to get onto that next expansion. Whereas WoW just doesn't... Like, they have all this great content over the years. Why do they not want me to play it? What's the purpose for them not wanting me to play the content that they've put out? Like, you know how much of a bummer it is to me that I'll never get to experience Mists of Pandaria unless you play Remix or Warlords of Draenor or any of these expansions in the way that they were originally meant to be experienced? Like, I just don't understand. Like, is it just bad content? What's going on?
People who play Classic will come over to Mop Remix to get some rewards, then get a free character for the War Within, then go that way, and now they don't need to pollute retail. They don't need to fill it with all those grinds and things, because if you're tired and frustrated with retail, guess what? You've got Season of Discovery over here.
Yeah.
So you can now go over to this
Who's
area.
playing Season of Discovery anymore?
Discovery. Oh, but there's now new stuff coming with the seasonal. I could go there. Or maybe now, I like Season of Discovery, I can go all the way into Mop Classic.
I feel like WoW is becoming the ultimate WoW head's dream, where you've been playing this game for the past 15 years and all you want to do is relive your glory days. And so they're constantly giving you the ability to do that. But they're not actually making me, as a person who hasn't been here since 2004, excited to be playing the game. Now, the new expansion packs make me excited to be playing the game. It's interesting to me, the new ideas that are coming out for the game, the ability to do these solo dungeons, the ability to get raid-ready gear without having to go out and grind through heroic dungeons and all those things. That's interesting to me. It looks fun. I want to see the new world. I want to get out there when there's a bunch of people who are all excited to be there and we're all playing together. That's the moment that I want to be there for. But in the interim, man...
WoW Classic if I want to as well. The important thing that Blizzard's done that's changed the game, and literally no
I've never done any WoW. I've done like 5 WoW PvPs, and that's it.
else can do this. No one.
It's crazy, dude. They're so much better than I am.
Inside the WoW bubble.
Yeah.
People paying a sub to play here are worth the same as the people paying here and here. A sub is a sub. And more importantly, your money isn't going to some other company.
No, but it's being split up amongst a whole bunch of developments.
World of Warcraft is now available everywhere without the need to spam one of these with update after update after update. Switching MMOs is a really big deal for a lot of people. People do not like change. MMOs
Why
by
do people
nature
not
are
play a bunch
habitual.
of MMOs?
Have you ever had a large group of people swap games for a single day? I have. It's a clown show. The UI is different. I don't know the stats. I don't know what the classes do at endgame, and they ditch that game quickly. Blizzard's bubble is growing faster than it ever has. Let's go back to droughts and content releases mentioned earlier.
I don't get why people hate on an MMO so much, and then they try to go to another game, and then they're mad that it's not the same as the game that they left that they hate so much. That makes no sense in my brain whatsoever.
Look at this. Typically, Blizzard is utter
Nah, Dragon
chaos.
Slayer's gonna happen offline.
In the past, Blizzard has
I wanna finish the grind
a new
for it tonight,
content
though.
patch every
And then
120.
video for it in next couple days, probably. I'll probably actually do the questing tomorrow or something, and then make the video over like Sunday or whatever.
To 150 days with some absolutely hilarious outliers, like Siege of Orgrimmar being the last patch before the 429-day gap until Warlords of Draenor. Or, of course, more recently, a single patch for Shadowlands took
That's
longer to
crazy,
make
dude.
than the release of all the patches of Warlords of Draenor combined. But, oh, what is this?
I think a lot of this new move towards having all these different modes going and having all these new expansions in the works already and telling us what their game plan is super far ahead of times. I think that the reason that that's happening is because they were bought by Microsoft, and Microsoft wants them to pump out money instead of lose players constantly. And they're like, you guys aren't doing anything over there. Why don't you make some games, dude? I think that's what's going on.
Since Dragonflight, that average, that 100+ days, has dropped to 20.
Dude, that's such a good point. They really are like Candy Crush grandmas a lot of times. And like at the end of the day, I'm a gamer. That's just what I am. I play tons and tons of video games. I always have. I'm interested in new ones that come out. I want to play the old ones that I used to play. I go back and try to get better and better at the games that I've moved away from. I have a constantly evolving library of games that I have completed or I'm working on completing, and that's the way I play video games. But it really is that old bit about WoW players, about how they just haven't played any video game but WoW for the past 2 decades, and they don't even know what's going on out there in the world. And they're just sitting there being crotchety and bitter about it, but still playing the game every day.
6 days.
The amount of people on the first WoW video that I made saying that I was excited for the War Within, telling me that I was the problem with this game, but they have so many more hours than me, and they still play the game to this day daily. What are you talking about? I'm the problem. You're the one who's staying sub nonstop, dude.
A total, utter obliteration and a fraction of what it once was. It's really interesting when we look at these numbers.
Yeah, I will forever be disappointed that I didn't get to experience the Burning Crusade during the time that the Burning Crusade was actually happening, or World of Warcraft Vanilla during the time that it was actually happening. And I know that they've released, but it's not the same, dude. It's not the same as when people were figuring it out and everyone was talking to each other. It's like a hole inside of me that will never be able to be filled. It pains me that I don't have the memories from World of Warcraft the way that some people do. And that can never, ever, ever be filled again. And I don't know if they will ever release an MMO in my lifetime that will do that thing. Like, Ashes of Creation looks really interesting to me and fun, and I like the combat styles, and I like the look of it and all those things, but it doesn't have any kind of connection to any sort of thing that is going to make everyone want to play it. World of Warcraft was huge because Warcraft was already huge. People forget about that. And RuneScape has developed this world that is extremely interesting and has so much lore behind it. But, like... That's why I think Guild Wars 2 has always fought an uphill battle a little bit, because they don't have Final Fantasy or Elder Scrolls to latch onto and sort of keep all of these people there. And because of that, it makes it so hard for a game to last long enough for me having played it at launch to be a thing that makes me feel nostalgic one day.
You can see the number 77 pops up a lot.
Yeah, dude, I just,
77 days.
Lucky you,
11
Twelva.
weeks,
Lucky
right?
you.
More than to be
Jealous.
coincidence. There is no doubt the internal target for content release is 11 weeks. We see this as far back as Wrath of the Lich King. And when they don't hit that target, it's typically pushed to somewhere around 144 days. In other words, pushed into the next patch window. It doesn't always work for sure, but it's pretty close. Now it gets more interesting. We can see that the classic team and the retail teams seemingly do work with this same schedule in mind of 11 weeks each. However,
They're offset.
they don't always hit those targets, but now it's for different reasons. The change in that window is simply due to overlapping releases of new content, as there is so damn much coming out, it would literally be releasing on the same day.
It's not an accident that Elder Scrolls expansion released back in, or like May or whenever it was. And it's not an accident that 2 months later Final Fantasy's expansion came out. And it's not an accident that a month later now World of Warcraft's expansion is coming out. It is bizarre to me that Guild Wars 2 is just like, we're going to launch at the same time as World of Warcraft and scoop them. Like, good for them. I want to see how they do in this patch. I feel like this expansion for Guild Wars 2 will be the make or break of whether or not that game is really brought into the big leagues with everybody else. Now, like I said, it looks like a great game. I'm really excited to play it. But it is definitely, as far as player base goes, it's really well liked, but it's not as well respected in the MMO space for some reason. People do not mention it in the same breaths a lot of times, you know? The people who are really into MMOs a lot of times haven't really sauntered over to that ground, even though it's thought of as being the absolute just tears of the gods, you know?
Let me give you a clear example. Wrath of the Lich King Classics ICC patch, something much looked forward to. We're going to get those Deathbringers wills. If it would have come out on the 11-week cycle like its previous patch did, it would have released on the exact same day as they were releasing 10.1.7, the Dawn of the Infinite Heroic, and the Dream Surges patch in retail WoW. This is speculation, of course. I've never had this confirmed. But as we always say, Blizzard never does anything in small moves. And this improvement of content cadence is impressive.
Always making big
and
mistakes.
Very
Never make small ones.
for the big boy. There needs to be a word of warning here, though. Based on what we've seen, Blizzard is risking putting themselves back into a Shadowlands daily scenario. You can predict that guy who's finishing work and loves World of Warcraft, he can't wait to get home, and he plays everything. He might end up in that scenario that Ian mentioned. He's got some things to do with his family. He's also got his Cataclysm raid tonight. He's also got to get onto retail to do his vault. He's also then got to get onto Mott Remix in order to do his bronze dailies because he's after that mount that he's been farming for literal years. It might not happen. We don't know what the crossover of players is, but there will be some. And frustration and burnout could get very real. Blizzard has changed the game. The ecosystem they've created cannot be matched by anybody who has an MMO now, and certainly any MMO that's coming in the future. Look at it.
Elder Scrolls Online is really good, but it took me a lot of time to actually get to it. Like, I played that game multiple times before I fell into the groove of, oh, you have to play through an expansion, and then you move on to the next expansion. Or you, like, complete that whole zone, and then you move on to the next expansion. Elder Scrolls Online is sort of an exploration MMO, in my opinion. That's what I think that it's really about for a lot of people, especially the people who aren't metagaming and getting to in-game content. For mid-game players like me, that's what I think that SO is really about.
Put it this way, Dragonflight has released 20 patches since it launched. Only 9 of them were for the new, current retail game. 11 of those patches are using old, reused, modified assets for content that has just been sat on their servers for years and years at this point. And I am not bashing them for this. It's working. It's fun. It's exciting. It's interesting. They have managed to create a world where their games are not polluted, not bogged down with needless content. They're just releasing it elsewhere and keeping their players going round the ecosystem over and over again while staying within their familiar
keeping that
zone
BattleNet window
MMO
up constantly.
Players really enjoy. And they're doing all of this without giving a single penny to another company.
Yeah.
But the other titans of this genre have also been paying attention, and they have come up with ways of defeating this problem themselves, using their strengths in a way that probably no other MMO in creation now or coming in the future could possibly compete with. And we will be looking at that in part 2, because this video is already very, very long. I do want to thank ESO for sponsoring this video, and you players of ESO.
I love that ESO literally sponsored a video about World of Warcraft. That cracks me up. Preach is awesome. You should obviously like the video and subscribe if you haven't ever watched Preach. But no, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about the way that World of Warcraft is going currently. I know that people are excited to be reliving all of their glory days. I know that Mists of Pandaria Remix was a big success for them. But I played for like, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I was just like, oh, I'm burned out of World of Warcraft. This is just a grind again. Just the same leveling up a character experience to go do some in-game content that's only going to be relevant literally during Mists of Pandaria Remix, because it all gets washed away after that's over. and then I'm going to get some mounts or whatever, and I can carry those into the next game. But no one really cares about these mounts because they're not like the cool mounts that everyone got way back in the day, like Invincible or whatever. And so you just sort of feel like, oh, what's the point of me actually playing this? Whereas, you know, whenever you're playing some other games like RuneScape, it's like getting a fire cape still really matters. And that's content that has mattered for a decade plus, you know? So, I don't know. ESO definitely has late game content that you cannot clear whatsoever without being in a group. That's just the way that game sort of works long term. Like, there are bosses in the dungeons that actually give you the gear that you really want for the stuff, and those are from patches from way back when, and you can't do it as a solo character unless you've really, 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 really figured that game out on your own somehow. You need other people. You need healers. You need people to keep everything going. Like, that's just what you got to do. Hey, Mezzy, what's up? So I don't know. ESO definitely evolves from being a solo player experience. And also, if you have a friend to play an MMO with who's like never really played an MMO before, ESO is a great one to get them into. I think that it has this ability for you guys to game together and run around the world. It's really or a lot easier to do world bosses with 2 or 3 people than it is to do them by yourself. So you can kind of complete a zone together and introduce them into the world that way. Yeah, I can definitely see what you're saying, James. That's what I'm saying. Like, I like the persistent world of RuneScape. You know, that's one of the things that I think is the strongest, like, the selling point of RuneScape is that I can draw you a map of old school, and it's largely the same, except for the new content that they put in and interconnected in as well. But I can avoid all of that content and just play the game that I did the way I did when I was a kid if I want to. So it's very persistent that way. Dude, you're you're totally fine, Arch. I think a lot of people are in your boat, honestly. People are really, really afraid of doing the later game content in RuneScape. Like, it's just so genuine. Like, people want to be over leveled for it because they think that it's this impossible thing that they can't overcome. But I'm really excited in my new playthrough that I'm doing to try to get my fire cape as early as possible and just see if I can do it without a blowpipe, because it's going to be nearly impossible for me to get a blowpipe before I do it. If I had to make a guess, it would be really useful, but I'll probably have to go with like a rune crossbow or something. So that's sort of what I'm going to see. What's up, Dino? Nice to see you. Yeah, so I want to play Palia, and every time I mention that to Tiff, she just tells me, oh, you wouldn't like it. And I just think, well, can I figure that out for myself? Like, I want to know. So I'm going to watch another video, and then I'm going to get to RuneScape. This is the only other one that I've been thinking about. This is the last video that I'm going to watch before I play Guild Wars 2, but I thought that this would be an interesting one because I have really no idea what to do in this game, so I thought it would be cool to actually check out somebody's thoughts and opinions on it that has played a lot of the time and about like what I should actually do inside of it. So let's watch this video. What's up, Red?
But stumbling across a world boss event or even finding a jumping puzzle randomly is that's so damn cool. I will say that my first
Start from the beginning.
So I've seen lots of new players recently, and they've all asked these type of questions. What should I play? Where should I go? Are the expansions worth it? Why do random people just say praise Joko? Is this an inside joke? I absolutely realize that everyone's playthrough of Guild Wars 2 is going to be different, and their approach is going to be different, and their feelings towards the game are going to be different. But I've had this thought that if I were
What's up, Roy? Nice to see you.
New player again, what would I do differently? This is where I would get started. Please note that this does have some mild gameplay spoilers, so
I don't mind being spoiled on Guild Wars 2. Like I said, like I think it's basically impossible for me to
just
avoid
be
it.
prepared.
So many people here who are going to be playing it with me have already played it. So
regardless, here we go. The first major thing that I would do is not to fret spending so much time picking my class. This is a common question I get asked a lot in the comments on stream and elsewhere.
I'm stuck between engineer and necromancer currently, but what I'm going to do is just when I log in, I'm just going to see what feels right to me. I'm just going to go with it, and I'm not going to second guess it and just play it all the way through. I definitely think that's the best way to get through an MMO, because an MMO can really drag and be super boring for you if you get halfway through it and then you go, oh, I want to play this other class, and then you go back and just do everything that you just did over again instead of pushing on to later content. That's what I think.
class should I pick? The truth is, a lot of the classes can
I'm gonna
cover
play it. I'm
different
gonna
roles
play it
and
real
playstyles
deal,
with
dude.
the
I'm gonna play it
customizations of
all the way
weapons,
through.
straight lines, skills, you name it. But I wasted so much time trying to pick either a warrior or a ranger. I ended up getting to the mid-40s level before deciding to go and try another class
Go for it, Doug.
altogether.
I
This
love
back and
warrior,
forth
dude.
soured me, in my opinion, on my first experience
Big
because it
sorting
was
games.
a lot of
I love 'em.
repeating the same process over and over just to see if I liked it or not. Honestly, I wish I would have gone just to the PvP lobby and tested out the classes to see how they play and then go from there.
There's a PvP lobby without having a character?
I think that's partially why I played Guild Wars 2 off and on for so long, especially not committing to a single class to play. And it's 110% the thing that I would do first if this was my initial playthrough of the game. Just frickin' commit to something and go with it. Leveling
Yeah,
alts really
100%
isn't
all
that
MMOs that way.
bad. The second thing that I would do is take my damn time in Quarteria. Now, this is a twofold concern, mainly because of my focus on my initial playthrough was to bust ass to get to endgame and get all the cool features. But what I missed out on was how great Quarteria was. To be fair, the
I think Guild Wars 2 looks really cool to me because it looks like that there's a lot of exploration going on in it. And I really miss playing an MMO back in the day and seeing a really high point and going, I want to go to that high point. I need to go there right now. And then just avoiding all of the enemies that are going to one-tap me, trying to sneak by everything, and then getting to that high point and going, this was totally not worth it. That's something that I really miss. Hey, Adam, what's up, dude? Yeah, we out here, dude. Yeah, I'm excited to be playing Guild Wars 2. I need to make a Discord first so that we can all get involved in it, but I'm thinking beginning of next week, probably play Guild Wars 2 and start to get involved. After I get Dragon Slayer video done and get that up, Guild Wars 2.
The most part of Tyria was pretty easy. Aside from the occasional elite or champion mob, you can basically steamroll everything. This wasn't the point, though. The great thing about Quarteria is the exploration of everything out there, and
I'll also be playing Guild Wars 2 completely through on stream. That's my goal, is for us to all sort of hang out together and play Guild Wars 2.
finding mobs, active events, all these great features that you may have missed out on if you were just trying to rush through it. Also, I don't know about you, but stumbling across a world boss event or even finding a jumping puzzle randomly is just, that's so damn cool. I will say that my first major jumping puzzle I found was the not so secret jumping puzzle, which is an absolute pain in the ass. I really hate to be that guy.
I'm just saying, I come from Maple Story. I feel like I'm going to do okay with the jumping puzzles, guys. I feel like I'll see you all at the top whenever I'm doing it, you know?
But I have strong negative feelings.
No offense,
towards
I've
this
kind
one.
of already done all the ones in Maple Story, and
I lost 3 hours of
that
my
shit's
life
hard.
there, and it was brutal. Once I did it, I never went back. I'm not doing it. Not putting myself through that anymore. But the main point was enjoying everything all around instead of just trying to get to endgame of Guild Wars 2, whereas a good portion of the Quarteria in the leveling is the game. You only experience it the first time once. Also, the other side of that is that it helps you.
This is something I'm curious to find out about with Guild Wars 2. So everyone talks about the questing system in it, and I've heard a lot about that you don't actually have to talk to the NPCs. You basically just run to the area where the quest is happening, you do whatever that quest is, and then you get the rewards for it. Does that include the storyline that's propelling you through the game? If I'm just going around and exploring the map, if we're just rolling around in a murder party and just clearing out maps and world events, will we naturally progress through the game, or are we going to have to go back into it and pick up the quests and redo the storyline after we get done leveling? Will that happen naturally?
Down the line when you consider going for world completion. The more of the core map that you do during the leveling process, it makes it simpler when you have to get the gift of completion, which requires you to complete basically everything in Quarteria. And this gift of completion is a legendary component needed to craft legendary weapons. Paired with that, doing
Legendary weapons are purely cosmetic, right? So that's what I'm trying to go for those for, because I want to glow. I want to feel like Warcraft, like World of Warcraft Classic, where you had 2 glowing swords. That's what I want to feel like. I want to glow. I want to have wings. I want to have big shoulder armor, and I want to glow. Is that possible? Is that what I'm going to get from this?
Hero points will assist you once you're max level when you are looking to unlock those sweet elite specializations. In my base leveling, I was able to get 40 points at the time, and when I hit 80 casually, I was able to at least unlock the start of an elite specialization. If I could go back, I would take my time. I would take so much time just enjoying the scenery. If you could start from the beginning again, what would you do differently? Tell me down below. All right, so I took my time to get to level 80, and now I'm not sure what I want to do. I avoided PvP like the plague.
This is all I'm
What
gonna
about
do.
that shadowy place?
World v World wasn't even on my
It's
radar,
rad, bro.
and raids and strikes were completely out of the question. I thought I was only locked in to completing the story before I did anything else, and I think that is attributed to my WoW time, where you had to at least do the main portion of the story to get
To the
most
raids,
of the
yeah.
endgame content. And honestly, there was one thing that I really think that I would have enjoyed in my early playtime, and that is the Fractals of the Mists. Fractals being small instance-style dungeons where you can go in, complete a few dailies, and get tons of rewards. The lower Fractals are non-intensive and can be completed with literally whatever gear you have on. But when you get into the higher tiers and you have to tangle with Agony, a scaling damage over time effect that grows in intensity, the higher the levels you go, it becomes more of a problem.
So mist dungeons are more like the abyss or the spiral abyss in Genshin Impact, where it's like a tiered dungeon that you progress through over time as you get better and better at the game. Is that what that is?
Counter this by having agony resistance, but that whole layout is for another time. Now, early on in my young account, getting some gold as well as some ascended gear makes the
The
world
stream and YouTube in general are trying to convince me to play Guild Wars 2. The content looks good. The people are intensely excited about the notion. And on the stream, everyone that watches also plays Guild Wars 2 or is interested in playing Guild Wars 2. So it feels like the next logical step for me. We can't only play RuneScape. We will hit bedrock. We will all get tired. We have to play everything. That's what
of
this is all
difference
about. We
as you
play all the
progress
games.
onto other endgame pieces of
Or we
content,
die
and
trying.
especially the latter levels of the daily fractals, which usually net huge chunks of gold for only mild effort. I still haven't stepped into fractals that way, and I probably should do that sometime soon.
I will say a lot of the in-game content that I see in this game reminds me of Diablo, and that really excites me. I think that this right here
Stepped into
looks so
fractals
sick.
that way, and I probably should do that sometime soon. But if I had to start over, I would definitely focus on progressing Fractals of the Mist for my character so that I can actually have pretty reliable source of gear and gold. Okay, so this is probably no surprise, but if I were a new player again, I would definitely make a bigger effort to joining a guild and being a part of a community.
We're going to
early.
start a
You're
guild.
my friend now.
The game is Guild Wars 2.
And I will
Guilds
absolutely ruin it.
are in the name. The reason being is that the looking for group tab is kind of lacking, to be fair, and only occasionally does it actually have anything going on in it. With a guild, however, you actually have a great setup to have players to join you with all the great content that's out there. Those fractals I was just talking about, boom, easy group to work and progress with. Want to dip your toes into World v World? Now you have some roaming buddies. Need to help out with a challenging open world mob? Instant party. I mean, the point here really is that I didn't make a huge effort to join a guild until much later.
It feels like that because of the way that the open world system works in this game, that there's always people around to help you with doing things. So I feel like if we have 5 or 6 people just roaming around, we'll just pick up more and more people as we go, and we can just start a train around and just doing everything.
In the game, and I think that would have made Guild Wars
We have to have you have to have a guild in the wars, dude. What happens if you don't have the guild in the wars?
2 a bigger staple in my gaming time if I had friends and a community that I made an effort to play with. If you are a Guild Wars 2 enjoyer, make sure to like and subscribe for more caffeinated content. Because of my mental barrier that I have to complete the story to do anything else, I didn't work on my account hardly at all. And this is something I really wish that I would have done earlier in my playtime of Guild Wars 2.
It looks the flight
game
looks good,
has a
too.
fantastic horizontal progression.
I do like
and
static
that is the
flying,
reason
though.
that why so many players enjoy it. One of the big things is that basically everything you earn on one character is transferable to other characters on your account. This means
It has been the bane of my existence in my time playing World of Warcraft that that's not the way that it is. I do not understand why I can get drops from a raid that would fit my other characters perfectly and I can't transfer them over. I know that they're fixing that now, but it's taken them significantly too long to do it. It should always work out that way.
mounts.
That way when you're leveling up your alts, you already have the gear for them to get in there and you're learning how to play them as you're leveling them up, and then you just go straight into the later game content. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to see you guys playing a class that I didn't pick. I'm going to be really jealous and I'm going to have to play it at some point.
achievements, legendaries, legendaries, all that. I struggled on my Deadeye for the longest time because I didn't just put forth the effort to finish unlocking the elite specialization
Wade. How are you
completely.
doing?
I held off on progressing my legendary because I didn't have a flying mount. I barred my character's progression because I thought I had a list of things that I should do and didn't focus on the essential unlocks for my account, in my opinion. Which, of course, I'm hinting at is mounts, masteries, and elite specializations. At least having the mounts, making traversing the open world significantly easier, earning the mastery points to have ease of use, and improving said mounts, as well as getting some gliding.
I just love the way the world looks in this game. That's one of the things that's pulled me into it more and more as I've been watching more footage about it, is that this looks like Monster Hunter. And I love Monster Hunter so much. Why would I not want to go there and explore this? There's places in here that look like Final Fantasy 12. Why would I not want to go explore it?
Use and improving said mounts, as well as getting some gliding, and then of course unlocking my character's full potential with respective elite specializations, and you get a bit of gear with that as well, would have made the world of difference in my initial playtime. There were many hours that I was just trying to fight open world bosses with 10% of the Firebrand elite specialization unlocked and not knowing why I was getting smacked. I tried to complete Living World Season 4 on the same half-baked Firebrand without a Springer. I mean, I basically would have made a bigger effort to get those things
I don't know
done.
what any of these words mean. I feel like I'm sitting in a math class and so many terms are being dumped on me at once. I'll be glad when I do know what they mean.
Which would help me in the long run. Speaking of account unlock, this is something that I believe
Do you guys ever remember when you were in school and they would be talking about something and you had so little idea that was what was going on, but you just had to sit there and pretend like you were paying attention the whole time, and they would ask you a question directly and you just had to go, I don't know.
Been incredibly
know
difficult
what's going on
and
at all
not
right
even
now,
worth
actually.
my time. But grinding for
I've
those
been thinking
legendary
about other
items
things.
in this game. Only recently have I truly been grinding for legendary gear, and the reason behind it was simple. I thought it was an impossible task for someone like me. Short on game time, unknowledgeable of the process, and honestly overthinking it. Recently on my stream, I've been working on Vision, the legendary accessory from Living World Season 4, and I have passively been putting in efforts to complete it. I've actually come to the realization I was missing out. Legendaries have the benefit of being on their own unique item shelf in your inventory, stats are changeable at will, and then of course any character that can use that particular item will have access to it. They have the same
That's the way it should be. That's the way it is in Elder Scrolls Online as well. Everything can be sort of molded together, even to the fact that if you have stuff in the bank, you can deconstruct or use those materials that you have in the bank, so that if you have a character that's grinding a whole bunch of a specific, say, dungeon, and you want to deconstruct all those weapons in order to get your smithing up, then you just put them in the bank, and then you can go to your other character and deconstruct them to get the smithing up on that character. It's a really, really good system.
stats as ascended gear, which are only slightly better than exotic gear. Seriously, the convenience is a massive boon comparatively. I held back for the longest time because I thought it was going to be such a pain in the neck to get it done that I avoided it completely. And that is one thing that I would definitely jump into sooner if I were starting over in Guild Wars 2. Okay, I have to speak on this.
So it feels like that in Guild Wars 2, the whole thing that you need to do, correct me if I'm wrong on this, is that you need to be doing everything from the beginning. You need to be out there, learning all the systems, playing the game, reading the things that are happening to you, and staying in it. It's not just a run around and get to level cap kind of game. That seems to be what people are telling me. Hey, Nana, what's up?
Because this is the biggest thing that I would do differently as a new player in Guild Wars 2, and that is, of course, appreciate the game for what it is.
Mats shouldn't take up your inventory space. That's just
I know
all
that
I'm saying.
sounds like a gimmick, but listen to why I think this way. Guild Wars 2, when I first started playing it, I got the game as a Heart of Thorns pre-purchase, and I played and enjoyed most of the gameplay for a while, but I just thought of this as a WoW clone.
Wait a minute.
Easy, I was the biggest WoW nerd for a long time, so cut me some slack. And because I didn't have to pay a monthly sub for Guild Wars 2, I didn't really think that there was any reason for me to keep playing, because meh, I'm not paying for it. It'll be there when I get there. I treated it like it was any of the other games in my Steam library.
It's been 84 years.
Yeah, I'll get to it eventually.
Dude, I have every Star Wars game that has ever come out because I bought it on a Humble Bundle, and I have almost not played any of them, but I couldn't pass it up. KOTOR was in there.
In the meantime, I am paying for a WoW subscription, so why the hell am I not playing WoW? Now, times have changed. I have 3 wonderful kids, a full-time career, and now working on becoming a full-time content creator. I can't believe it took me so long to appreciate how this game respects your time and your efforts. Each time I log in, it feels like I'm progressing towards something that is beneficial for my account. Whether it's a legendary, whether it's a mastery unlock, or perhaps taking down an endgame boss or endgame content. I never feel like my time is wasted. The biggest contrast to most MMOs is that they're
I hope that I actually like this game. My big fear playing it is that it is so counter to all of the MMOs that I normally play that it will be completely not the thing that I'm looking for in it. Now, I have no reason to think that, but whenever people talk about it, they talk about it like it's in direct contrast, stark contrast to World of Warcraft and Elder Scrolls Online and Final Fantasy XIV. And I'm worried that as someone who really loves those games, that will mean that I will not like this one.
There is no treadmill here. You earn the things, move the needle when you want to, but if you need to take off for a month, you're good to go. Log back in and pick right back up where you left off. I didn't appreciate what the game was great at. Instead, I constantly compared it to what it wasn't. I enjoy the game, but I didn't give it that solid dedication it deserved. And that is the biggest thing that I would do differently as a new player enjoying this fantastic game. If you are a new player or looking to get started in Guild Wars 2, check out this updated beginner's guide for Guild Wars 2 in 2023. If you have any new player questions, I stream over on YouTube, Monday nights, 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Well, that was a good video. If you guys are interested in Caffeinated Dad Gaming or more gaming content about Guild Wars 2, you guys should go subscribe and like the video. I'm going to go and get some caffeine myself, and then I'm going to hop into RuneScape for the night, and I'm going to get 34 smithing and maybe do some crafting because I wouldn't mind having some amulets to go along with me into Dragon Slayer. So I'll go down there. I'm going to grab like a soda or something, and then I'm going to come back up, and we'll get into RuneScape. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, what's up? Get coffee, stay up late, ruin sleep schedule, irritate neighbors, be a degenerate, do all the things. Whew. I'm going to play RuneScape 3 before too long as well. In fact, I thought about playing it on this stream specifically because I've never played it before, but like, I don't know, man. I need to get my smithing up. let me hop over to the RuneScape screen real quick. Let me go ahead and open up a client. But yeah, I need to get to RuneScape 3 at some point for sure, but I need to get all this finished up. I got 30 defense last night, 32 strength, 30 attack. So we're basically ready for Dragon Slayer. I was going to go for 40. I don't want to go for 40. I don't think the grind's worth it. I don't think I want to be able to get rune weapons. I think that if I was going to do all of that, I would have to be then going to the wilderness in order to get what's it called? Steel plate bodies or whatever, and then get a full inventory of those by world hopping and then take those back to the bank and sell them and do all that stuff. I just don't think that it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that we can beat Dragon Slayer at level 30 with everything that I have. I mean, I have 41 magic, so like it shouldn't be that hard whatsoever. I have death runes. We could do this. Let me pop over to the RuneScape. I'll be right back, guys. Well. Okay. Video capture, activate. There we go. Boom. We're here, fellas. Let's play some RuneScape, guys. Let me turn the music on because I can't handle playing this game without music, honestly. All right, so that's what I think I want to do tonight is get 34 smithing and then maybe do some crafting. James, did you just tell me it's 0030? Like you're doing 1 to 20 or 0 to 24 time? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, it's 6:30 here. It's 7:30 here. I don't even know what time it is. That's how much of a DJ I am. Just saying. So, you know. I'm in some kind of mood today. I don't know. I didn't sleep very much last night. I woke up extremely tired. And then after that, I had to go to my doctor's appointment this morning. And then I had to go to my grandma's. And I spent all day like weed eating and doing a bunch of stuff for her. And then after that, Tiff and I had to go run to a bunch of places and do errands. And now I'm back here and I'm streaming. So I'm like feeling some kind of way, dude. just glad to be alive. I played a little bit of sneaky RuneScape in between my doctor's appointment and going to my grandma's. That's how into this game I am right now. That I was like, I have 45 minutes. I'm just going to play some RuneScape instead of doing schoolwork that I've been avoiding forever. Okay, let me go to my live real quick so that I can change the title here and then we'll actually play. Is it in content? I can't remember how this works. Live. Edit. Let's change the title. Final Dragon Slayer push. Cool. All right. So I have a clue scroll that I'm actually working on right now, and I can't find where it is, so I'm actually running around here in order to get over to where I think it might be. Go crazy, go wild, let's party all night. Damn, bro. 0030, that's crazy. Yeah. What's up, Who What? How you doing, bro? Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. I swear to God, dude, I can't figure out where this is. I think it's back here in this dairy patch. I don't even know where I'm at in the world of RuneScape right now. Incredibly hot and warmer than last time. If it's not over here, I'm going to lose my mind. I've been looking for it since last night, and I couldn't find it. It's colder than last time. But colder than last time? Come on. Where are you? Incredibly hot and warmer than last time. Warmer than last time. Warmer than last time. Same temperature as last time. Just give it to me, bro. This is what I hate about grinding my combat stats in free-to-play, is that you get beginner clues every 5 minutes, and they're really a huge annoyance to complete sometimes, all for the possibility of a black armor piece, just so that I can have a slight upgrade. Bro, where is it? It wasn't on the other side of the river. Can I get to that island over there? I know I can't get to that island. That's not even a possibility. Incredibly hot and warmer than last time. Oh, there we go. Okay. And another clue. Yeah, I will not account share. I've learned my lesson on that. Once you let someone into your account, there's no way to keep them out for the rest of your life. We'll do it on stream. You'll just tell me how to do it. Hey, near the open desert I reside. Go get past me, you must abide. Go for it if you dare, for when you pass me, you'll be sweating by your hair. Word. So it's Shanty. That's who I need to go talk to. I need all of the caffeine right now. I just need to bump up, dude. This is so theme appropriate. Okay, over to Alcarib. A bunch of people got angry at me in my last video for talking about Karama and how I pronounce it. because they say it's Karamja. Maybe for you guys, you know, but it's actually pronounced Karama, just so you know, just so everyone's aware. Look at these absolutely sweet robes that I've gotten over this time. Oh yeah, dude. I have my original RuneScape account was called Darko25, and it's had a dozen people in it at this point, and it's worthless to me. I can't even log into it anymore. I don't even know how I would go about trying to recover that account. And you know what? I do it with pride, James. That's the whole thing. Wrong and proud of it, baby. That's what we do over here. Karama. These are coffee zins. This is going to go really bad. Someone in my chat yesterday said they were doing coffee zins, and I trusted them, and I don't like them. It's just a personal thing. They kind of taste a little too sweet for me. We got a casket. Okay, let's see what we got. It sucks. I think I only have a steel med helm, though, so I guess that's something. And I got a hard leather body, but that sucks. Can I use the bank chest not in members? Nope. Okay, cool. Don't even put the icon on the map in free-to-play. They need to redo the maps in free-to-play. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Karama only, of course. I've watched it. That's how he says it. Karama only. My treasure is worth around 126 coins. Kind of a bummer, honestly. But I do think this is an upgrade for the account. Let me see. Yeah, I only have a steel med helm. That's an upgrade. We'll take it. We take those. Okay, let's store all of our runes. And then let's go start mining iron ore and then smithing that iron ore. And that's basically how we're just going to get to level 50, or 34 smithing. I wouldn't mind if I could get to steel armor of some kind, making that and selling it. Could be a really good way to make some money. But I'm not super worried about it currently. Like I said, I think with the gear that I have, I think with the food that I'm able to get, I think with the stats that I have, I can beat Dragon Slayer. So I'm just not super worried about it. Crafting is the only thing that I'm interested in doing, just because I don't think there's a whole bunch of quests that I'm going to do right off the bat in members. And having a strength amulet and a magic amulet would be absolutely huge for the account. So I might end up doing crafting, but I'll have to see what levels those all are to be able to make the jewelry. I have the gemstones already, even a power amulet if I could get to diamond, but I don't think I'm going to get that high. So let's pull out our pickaxe. Yeah, there we go. And then let's just go ahead and go start mining iron ore. I guess I'll just go down to the Alcarid mining spot, because why not? DJ Khaled. Dude, have you guys seen where he just has a fridge full of ice cream? Old DJ Khaled? He's completely fallen off the wagon. I don't understand why we give him the time of day. Ever since his Hot Ones episode, I've been just absolutely checked out of DJ Khaled. I lost all respect I would ever have for that man. To show up to someone's house and not eat the food they provided to you because it's a little too spicy for you? Come on, dude. We the best? More like we the worst. You guys enjoying the ASMR of me drinking? I need to do that away from the microphone. That's what I'm thinking. What level is steel plate legs? I mean, like, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I could do at this point. This is the thing about RuneScape that's amazing. I'm trying to get to members, and yet there is so much free-to-play content that I'm just not going to do. If I could get to level 46 smithing, steel plate legs would sell really, really well and could get me 50, 70, 100K, and then I could buy a lot of rune items that way. if I get to, let me see here. If I get to 24, I get magic amulets. If I get to 30, no, sorry, it's, wait, where's the, is it past diamond? Yeah, if I get to 50 crafting for a ruby amulet, you've got to be absolutely kidding me. Not a chance, dude. For a ruby amulet, I'm going to have to be level 80 to get a dragon stone. Dude, that's nutso. That's too much. That's absolutely too much. Not going to do it. That one's not going to happen. But if I could get a magic amulet, that could be really good for the account. I have those 1,000 symbols because somebody gave them to me, so I'm not using them. They're stacked away in the I'm not going to use them, which is unfortunate because it would be just such easy money. But we got to play by the rules. We got to play by the rules. I made the rules up, so I got to play by them. If I'm not willing to follow my own rules, then who even am I, you know? This is happening really quickly, surprisingly. I feel like mining iron at these levels should be a lot slower. Oh, I have 24 mining. That's not bad. What level is mining coal, though? Because I have to be able to actually make... Like, I have to be able to make steel. And if I don't have any coal, level 30. So I need 30 mining as well. Which might happen slower. Ooh, I got an uncut sapphire. I get so many gemstones in this game that I just can't use for literally anything. Settling in, fellas. Just settling into the RuneScape grind. Just mining the rocks. Getting the skills. So I don't know. Like I said, crafting could be on the table. The mining thing's going to take us a little bit of time. Getting our smithing up could be really, really valuable. I don't know where it's going to go in free-to-play before Dragon Slayer actually happens. Probably whatever I get done grinding tonight is going to be the end of free-to-play, except for actually doing the quest for Dragon Slayer, which I feel pretty good about. Like I said, the recommended combat level is 45. I'm really close to that. I've beaten most of the quests under the recommended combat level, so I don't think I really need to worry too much. Indeed, I can make a magic amulet with the blue rock. Not a chance. You mean in the gym stall? It's free money? That doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that? I haven't got the 3 planks already. I have to go to the wilderness for that, right? Like, that's where the planks are in this game? There's nowhere else to get them? Or can I take logs to the lumber yard and get them done in free-to-play? Really? That's astounding to me. That seems completely wrong. They would do that. Hold on. Bimbo. Level 20 for that. I mean, I could do that. I could go and kill cows for hides and then craft leather armor until I'm level 20 crafting. That would only take me like an hour or so. And then if I could cut gemstones, it's like the fastest way. And then I could make tons of money that way and I could gear up the account basically for free. That seems astounding to me that they let that be in the game. But does he actually sell uncut gemstones or is it just all 0 all the time? That's the real question. We can find that out right now. All those beautiful Iron Men out there doing things for us. Like, looking so chiseled and gorgeous. Bimbo, you can't go up there. You gotta stay down here. So he actually sells them here. It's the silk trader, right? Are you the guy? No, you're down here. You're just a members only character. Okay, do you... So they do take a lot of time to restock. What is the value of a cut sapphire to sell, actually? Like 200 or something? Maybe 180? And what's the value... If we're talking super, super low value, I would have to world hop for it. It might not actually be possible. What's the value of these? 25 coins. That's a really good profit, actually. If I could get enough gemstones from world hopping, we're talking like, to do that though, depending on what the restock time is, I mean, that could be like a 10, 15 hour grind for better gear just to do Dragon Slayer. But once I get to members, the ability to get better gear for free by killing Slayer monsters and things is just insanely high. And the money-making abilities in members are just going to be ridiculously better. Like I said, I thought I was going to get lucky doing ogresses, and I just got incredibly unlucky. I thought about going back today again, and I might still go back today at the end of this grind, depending on how much I want to continue streaming. But if I can get lucky at ogresses and get some decent drops, then we can make some money that way. But it's such a risk because now I only have 5K left in the bank, and I need 2K for the boat. Yeah, so it's going to be pretty risky if I go back to ogresses because I could just lose all my money. Yeah, alching rune items is definitely my preferred way of making money for sure. I just have to actually get some. And like I said, ogresses are just not dropping for me. I played an Ultimate Iron Man and I got 3 to 4 drops before I got to 70 kill count. There's not a lot of good drops from the demon at the Wizard Tower. Like I want to say that he drops a rune med helm, and that's literally the only thing. It sucks because the demons in the Slayer section, the lesser demons in the Slayer section, actually drop adamant plate legs and some other things, but there's just nothing like that in free to play. What's the point of having an enemy that has different drop tables depending on where you're killing them at? That's so dumb. Just get 85 smithing? Brother, I've never had 85 smithing in my life, and I'm definitely not doing it without blast furnace. That would be... The people who used to have really high stats before all these better trading methods came out were psychopaths. I, for one, think it's insane that all of your smithing just gets you rune items. That if you get 99 smithing, the best you can still do is rune items. They need to make some kind of armor set that you can only get from smithing, and that you have to have 75, 80, 85 smithing or something. It's really good and it's untradeable. That would be a great way to do it. What's up, Seismic? Nice to see you, dude. We're out here, dude. We're out here playing. Zesimo's entered the chat. Dude, Zesimo's 4 people or something, right? Isn't that the way that it was? Just get 99 ironing and bake everything. Dude, I one-ticked mining for quite some time, actually. Just to get to like 64 or something mining. Yeah, smithing sucks, dude. They need to rework it. That's all I'm saying. I can't think of any reason to actually do it. I'm having a hard time finding a reason to do basically any skilling in free-to-play because all of the rewards for it come way too high. A strength amulet takes 50 crafting. Are you kidding me? It doesn't even teleport me anywhere. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I think Zezima had account sharing or something was the whole deal. I can't remember what it was, but like when farming came out, he farmed for 4 days straight or something. Listen, I'm going to play RuneScape 3. I thought about playing it tonight. I really thought hard about it, but I knew I needed to do this grind, and I didn't want to do this grind, and so it makes it easier if I'm here doing this. But I'm going to play RuneScape 3. I want to play Guild Wars 2 first, maybe. I don't know. Tiff, you going to play Guild Wars 2 with us? That's a no. That's a no, fellas. If it's not an enthusiastic yes, that's a never going to happen. Will you play Paleo with me?
You're not going to like it.
This is what she keeps telling me. Let me decide. You have it on your computer already? What's the install space? Huh? It's pretty big? For a game about crafting? Aw, dude, all of our childhood heroes were cheaters. Lance Armstrong. Probably Louis Armstrong. I don't know. Sure, he gargled nails or something. I don't know. They all cheated. Who has the quote that's like if you're not cheating, you're not trying very hard? Hmm? That's nothing. 20 gigs is nothing, bro. 20 gigs is like, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know how to put that in perspective. It's not that big. Yeah, it's 20 gigs. That's like what, like 400 or like 4,000 songs on an old iPod or something like that? Was that how much it was? Is Zezima a girl, James, or do you just have some kind of fanfic situation going on? Was he not the one who sang? Was Louis Armstrong not a singer too? Did he not have the really raspy voice? Oh, yeah, right. There you go. There you go. The caffeine's working, fellas. I'm becoming insufferable. Zezima. I don't know. It sounds powerful to me, but that's just because I have fan fiction in my head about him. You know what I'm saying? Isn't it weird how these MMOs all had those super well-known mythical players? Like Tiger in MapleStory was a big deal, and everyone knew who Tiger was. Zezima in here. That one guy who started a sex cult in World of Warcraft, whatever his name was. All those guys, dude. Crazy headcanon indeed, dude. I'm so bad about coming up with headcanon for things that I know nothing about, to the point that, like, sometimes I'll go into a place and see somebody like in a store or something, and then I'll just create in my imagination something that could have happened, you know? Like, oh, what if they stepped on that person's shoe and then that person got mad at them and then they, you know, put them in a chokehold, and just wild thoughts that I'm having because I'm just waiting in line to check out my American cheese or whatever. Roy, I'm going to be totally honest. It's interesting that by how many people actually like RuneScape 3. I never played it because everyone told me it was bad originally for so long. And then I started making content about RuneScape, and then I said something negative about RuneScape 3, which I thought was just what everyone did. And then so many people were like, that's a good game. How dare you? And now I feel bad, you know? So they can eat it, dude. I'm shocked by how many people like RuneScape 3. I thought everyone agreed that it was bad. I thought that's what everyone knew. Everyone who played old school RuneScape at all, in my brain, the headcanon was that it was bad. Zima? I remember Zimas. They're back. Wine coolers. Y'all ever drink Bartles and James? Sea Breezes? Classics, dude. Yes, please. I need more videos. So it's all just Iron Man, right? Like that's what basically everyone does in RuneScape 3, is play Iron Man. Rune likes playing. Dude, the fact that people chat in the RuneScape chat is sick. I need to pay way more attention to that, too. Can I do Greater Demons on free-to-play? Is that actually possible? I'll probably do RuneScape 3 as an Iron Man. Can you do Ultimate Iron Man in RuneScape 3? Seismic, I need more backstory on what you're thinking here about an OSRS variant for... Oh, you mean like original MapleStory? Oh, yeah, dude. No, I would play classic MapleStory, and everyone tells me that I'm wrong about that. And I'm like, well, I'll see you at Kerning Party Quest whenever this comes out, because you will also be playing it. Is it a dungeon or a maze? I'll come to a maze. I don't know. Just a kebab. Dude, I have this new theory about the people who claim to be real gamers and talk shit about games, is that they don't like any good games. That all of the games that they play are just like 2 or 3, and none of them are that good. That's my theory. Yeah, I wonder if Ultimate Iron Man would even be possible. Like I said, I've never played RuneScape 3. I mean, I've played for maybe 5 to 10 minutes with Tiff, and then I was like, this isn't for me. I'm going back to old school RuneScape. The Fall of Blue Rose 13X. I also want to look up the video of Wooks or whatever. How dare you, etc. Yeah, no. Fair enough, dude. Put me in my place, you know? I deserve it. Word, I'll add it to the queue. I have just a private playlist on YouTube that is just videos to react to. Blue Rose 13X. Oh, it's a Colanello video. Cool. All right. I love this guy. Let's add him to the playlist. Back to the rock clicking. You know, I feel the same way. My tastes are correct and everyone else's tastes are just mistaken. They just don't know as much as me. That's the problem, you know? Me and my friend Jacob always talk about that with music. That, like, everybody feels that way about music and their music tastes. Everyone thinks that their tastes are superior, but my tastes are actually superior. Like, I know that you think that yours are. I know that everyone else thinks that theirs are, but mine are actually. Hey, Luke, what's up? I am out here clicking rocks, buddy, trying to get 34 smithing and trying to get 30 mining so I can finish Dragon Slayer. Narmander, I agree with you to an extent. I think that games as a service allow people to pay what they can afford for a game when they can afford it. And in some ways, that brings it to people that it wouldn't have otherwise brought it to. That being said, it is kind of silly that nowadays you have to pay for things as you go and that everything has tacked on expenses. No longer can you pay $60, $70, whatever a video game costs, and actually get the full game. Like, the fact that in order to continue to play Elden Ring, I now have to pay more money for a DLC is kind of a bummer. Because all the content that is now being created about Elden Ring costs $40 more than the game did originally. And I don't like that. I just wish that what I already paid for would get me everything. I don't care how much money that is, as long as it's all tied into the original package. Right, Arch. Exactly. It's my music taste that are superior. I'm glad that you get it. Good. I'm glad that we're all on the same page. Dude, it's just your opinion. Liking what you like doesn't make you anything special. Everyone likes different things. I do not understand how people can be... I don't really understand how people can be angry at other people. Unless someone is just directly insulting you and being aggressive towards you for seemingly no reason, I do not get it. Ooh... That might be a fun thing to do. Is Dwarven Stout for mining or smithing? I'm pretty sure it's for mining, right? I just need to be able to mine coal. That's all I'm looking for. But yeah, no, I don't understand. People just got to be less defensive in general, dude. Whenever someone tells you you're wrong, you should listen to them about why they think you're wrong instead of immediately coming back with an argument. Because when you immediately come back with an argument, what you're doing is assuming that you know what they're thinking about. And I can't tell you... The odds of you knowing what a person that you don't know at all is thinking about are so slim. Tiff surprises me all the time, and I've been with her for 10 years. Think about it, I've been around that girl for 10 years, and all the time what she thinks is shocking to me. both. Ooh. Yeah. So here's the weird thing about games as a service, and people often talk about the massive graveyard of failed games that you can't now go and play. But the thing that I really find interesting about that whole situation is that most of those games didn't have a game worth playing in the first place anyways. And that's not always true. People find fun in all kinds of different places. So obviously you might like a game that has been canceled and now you can't play that game anymore, and that's a real bummer. But like if Dead by Daylight went away, even though I really enjoyed that game at one point in time, I don't think Dead by Daylight's a game that I'm going to have nostalgia about. I think that it's a game that I'm always going to have negative feelings about now because of just what happened. Like, Final Fantasy X, for instance, is a game that existed in a vacuum for decades, right? Whereas something like Destiny 1 had constant updates and changes. So the thing that I would feel nostalgic about might not have even been the state of the game when it closed out. So then you have to really think to yourself, like, what is it that I actually feel nostalgic about? And it's probably the experiences that you have. Now, MapleStory 2 was a pretty cool game, and that one's a bummer. Word, I might do that then. We'll see how this grind actually goes, because I might just end up getting 30 mining and 34 smithing, because it's not going to be that hard, and then I can start doing some steel stuff anyways. But we'll see what happens. There is genuinely no right or wrong. There is only perception of the situation based off of the person that you've become from years and years of factors that have led into you being the person that you are. I often always tell people that if I lived your life, I really believe that I would be you. And if I look hard enough at you, I can see how you got to where you are. I'm glad there's a lot of MapleStory fans in here. I still play MapleStory occasionally, and it's probably the biggest embarrassment that I have as an MMO player because I know that it's just a worthless grind fest. But the skills are flashy and cool, dude. Numbers big. Big numbers. Big numbers cover screen. Big numbers cover screen, boss die fast. Big numbers cover screen, boss die fast. Character look cool. Character look cool. Big numbers cover screen, boss die fast. Other people think I'm cool. Other people think I'm cool. Other people ask me questions. Other people ask me questions, I get to feel better than them. I like it. I'm here for the motivation, Maxwell. I'm glad that we can all grind together. Where do I get my Baronite Mace, and how does that happen? And also, how good is it, and is it worth my time? MapleStory 2 reminded me a lot of another game. I can't remember the name of it, but it was another like 3D game in that style where you sort of ran around and you did like queued up dungeons and stuff. It was a lot of fun. I can't remember what that game was called. You guys ever play Grand Chase? That game was cool too. There's a lot of games back then that just aren't existing in the way that they used to or aren't worth playing anymore. What's up, Gabriel? What's up, dude? How are you doing? There is something pure. It's a true waste of your time. Truly wasting your time is one of the greatest things in this world. It feels so amazing to know that you have this resource that you cannot replenish in any way, and you're so dope that you're just like, you know what? I'll throw like 20% of this in the trash. Why not, dude? Is it fast? I mean, if it's a rune semi, it must be fast. Bunch of skilling stuff for the pieces as rare drops. That seems really frustratingly difficult. How long does that grind take? Does anyone know? I've always wondered what the purpose of Below Ice Mountain was, so it's for that basically. How was the re-release of Grand Chase? Is it like the game used to be? Do they have the black hair character with the big sword in it? Because if so, I might play that game. And then he goes Bankai and he has the katana. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? That guy? I think it's small sword or maybe two swords, then spear, then big sword, then fast sword. Bankai. The amount of times that I've said the word Bankai in my life are huge, dude. I was a big Bleach fan, you know? People don't appreciate Bleach for what it was. It was dope at the time. Maybe I should try out some of the Camdazol stuff, because I've literally never touched it before. Up to 10 hours for the mace. A few hours for Seiya because he is spooned. It's not your fault, Seiya. The game just loves you. The devs love you. That's totally okay. They're watching you and they just let you have things. That's fine. 30 hours, bro. I'm not trying to put. I don't even have 30 hours into this account yet. I don't want to put that in there for an item that I'm just gonna blow past by getting a dragon scimitar in like 4 more episodes. Bleach MMO, Bleach Las Noches on Beyond back in the day. It was sick. It was sick, bro. It was RP. It was fully RP, and I RP'd very hard. Very badly. I couldn't get out of main character syndrome as a child. Gabriel, welcome back, dude. Enjoy what we're doing here. Enjoy the grind. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for saying nice things to me. I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate you for being here. You give me the inspiration to continue to playing, dude. Is Bleach in the big 3? Are they going to make another Bleach? I mean, I saw that they started doing some different episodes, but like I got so lost on it before, honestly. But like, dude, whew. The characters in Bleach, the female characters in Bleach, awakened something in me that I didn't know was there when I was a child. Wild, dude. Like wild. I think there's a reason that I liked Bleach as a 12-year-old, you know? The second seat, what's her name? Ranga. The one with the orange hair. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The lady who hangs out with I can't even remember any of the names, dude. If you're not a main character in Bleach now, I got to go back and watch Bleach again, apparently. Yeah, so it's like the 1,000-year. I watched like one episode of it, but I think it was the only one that was dubbed, and I watched dubbed anime. So bring on the hate comments. I can take them. Tell me why reading an anime is better than watching it and listening. Tell me why translating it into the language that I speak is a bad thing. Go ahead. How dare they? How dare they make an anime in the language that I speak? I might go get those steel plate legs. I might world hop and go get those steel plate legs. Rangaku, that's her name. Whew. Rangaku. My queen. I discovered a lot of things on the internet because of Bleach, you know what I mean? Like, I discovered a lot of websites with manga that was not officially licensed. Yeah, dude, I need to learn Kana. I'm sorry. I'm cooked, dude. I'm cooked out here. Just absolutely worthless. Need to get to higher weeb levels. I'm sorry. Arch, please do not. I need you here. Naramander, grind with me. Everyone grind with me. FMA dub is really good. I'm a fan. Listen, Yu Yu Hakusho is probably my favorite anime of all time, and I'm a fan of the dub for Yu Yu Hakusho. I think that it was I think it was the same team that ended up doing the Dragon Ball Z dub, and I like that dub. I like that show. I think it's so good. Oh yeah, I'm looking for a good anime. I've been sort of upset by the fact that Dorohedoro, is that what that show is called, isn't going to be continued because I loved that show and I thought it was super duper cool. And so now I'm looking for things that are weird and outlandish and just look like someone was on an acid trip when they made it. If I could think of any Japanese words off the top of my head, except for just like cat, you know, like I would jokingly talk like an anime character right now, but I don't just want to phonetically try to sound out what Japanese sounds like in my head, because then I really will get reported, because I would report me for that. Dude, the Yu Yu Hakusho funny dub is like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just so special. Me and my friend, so in high school, me and my friend went back and rewatched Yu Yu Hakusho because we both loved it as kids and we wanted to rewatch it all the way through. So we went back and rewatched it and we would just laugh for hours because like there's so many wild things. Like in one of the earlier episodes, that kid gets possessed by a demon and he's making Kuwabara steal comic books. And then he's like going to kill a cat. And his little gang members are like, the boss sure has been acting kind of weird lately. And it's like, yeah, dude, he's about to like exhibit the characteristics of a serial killer. You guys should notice that something's wrong and stop him. Delicious Dungeon and Solo Leveling. Are they fan servicey animes though? Fan servicey animes can bum me out sometimes. I don't know, man. Anytime that I feel like the writer's secret fantasies are coming through, I have problems. Fully Cooley is one of my favorite shows of all time. Don't even joke, Gabriel. I love that show. That show is like a place deep in my heart. Oh my goodness, I can't even. Hold on one second. A water bottle with a Nalta sticker on it specifically, and I also have somewhere in this room a shirt that has a Nalta design on it that says Sad Boy underneath of it. So I love Fully Cooley. It's awesome. I have not watched Mob Psycho. I also haven't watched Chainsaw Man, and I've heard good things about that as well. Okay, Rangaku is different. She is my queen, first of all. Mob Psycho. I'll have to put that on the list. Like I said, I'm not one of those people who just nonstop watches anime, but some of my favorite media in the world is anime. Yeah, you're gonna get mixed signals from me for a long time. All the kids in my high school did too, and they couldn't figure out which bucket to place me in. He's dating a girl, but he's kissing all of his friends. What's going on? I'm just being me, guys. I'm just being me. Oh, dude. Fully Cooley on Blu-ray would be really good. Did you watch any of the newer episodes of Fully Cooley? Or the new seasons or the new series? Like, I thought those were actually pretty good. I had a good time with them. We're at mining level 29. Only one more mining level, and then we're good. Monogatari sounds sus. The name just sounds absolutely sus. Oh, dude, but I loved One Piece. Now, I will say the Bleach art was at a different level back in the day, for sure, and the effects in the show were really, really good. But I always loved One Piece. I am bummed by the fact that I cannot find One Piece episodes that have the English Cartoon Network intro that's the rap that's like... his name's Oro, he's like a samurai in a L-A-D-Y, Nam, he's not shy. That one, like, I need that intro or else I can't watch One Piece anymore. I love Jujutsu Kaisen, super good. Attack on Titan, I love it as well. I haven't ever watched the last two finale episodes because I hate finishing anything, but I love Attack on Titan. That's how I got Tiff into anime, was by showing her Attack on Titan and Sword Art Online, which was really cool for like 14 episodes, and then it becomes a harem and I fell off. But yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen's dope, dude. That's so good. They don't live up to the original per se, but they're still good. And if you enjoyed, like, don't expect any of the characters that you really love from the original series, aside from like a couple, to come back. But it is fully Cooley. It feels like fully Cooley, and I love it. I have watched like 20 episodes of Code Geass when it was coming on late night on like Adult Swim, but I never finished Code Geass. Dude, the Samurai... Okay, well, Samurai Champloo and what's it called? Cowboy Bebop are like two of my favorite animes of all time. Samurai Champloo I actually liked before Cowboy Bebop, and then I watched Cowboy Bebop and I was like, this is incredible. I haven't watched Assassination Classroom. There's a Sword Art Online abridged. Oh, wait, you mean like on YouTube? Okay, I'll check that out. That sounds cool. Scavenger's Reign. Do you guys watch like I think my brain's been absolutely warped by Berserk, but if it's not brutal and really hard to watch nowadays, it just doesn't do the same thing for me. I was enjoying Jujutsu Kaisen a lot originally, and then it got really, really dark, and I love it now. It's like, oh, this is peak anime. Like, Gojo might be the bad guy. I can't tell. I think that you could watch Sword Art Online 1 through 14 or whenever they get out of the first game, and then you could skip to the end of the first season and just watch that scene, and those are like my two favorite scenes throughout Sword Art Online. My two favorite parts of Sword Art Online. And then everything after that just kind of didn't do it for me. And I've watched up through Gun Gale Online and all of that as well, and it just still didn't do it all for me the way that the original setup did. I think the premise of being trapped in a video game where if you die in real life is so compelling to me that I was just freaked out. Dude, the She's Not Really My Sister arc was just... I mean, it took fan service to a whole new level. They're like, we see what the search results are. We see what the trending videos online are. I haven't watched Gurren Lagann. I haven't watched that or the other one that's like the sister anime to it. But I have some interest. Mech animes have never been my biggest thing. The only one that I really liked that like a lot was G Gundam. Way back in the day with Burning Gundam and all those Gundams in there. That one was really cool. I need to watch Vinland Saga. I've heard so many people talk so good about it. The art style just weirded me out the first time I tried to put it on. Ghost in the Shell is goated, dude. I grew up seeing it late night when I shouldn't have been awake anymore. And though I haven't gone back and watched it as an adult, it left really lasting memories on me. I once caught... So I was young, maybe 8 or 9 years old, and I stayed up too late, and an Adult Swim had come on, and Akira showed on there. And I watched Akira just thinking it was an anime. And I think that's where all the problems started, if I can go back far enough. Hellsing was cool. The Castlevania anime was really, really good, surprisingly, too. Like, really good. Rurouni Kenshin is a hard one for me to go back and watch nowadays, but as a child, I absolutely loved it. And I don't even know exactly what it is that makes it hard for me to watch. Because there's nothing that's super cringy or stand out as being really lame about it. It's hard for me to get back into it. But the Rurouni Kenshin live actions were surprisingly really solid. Really solid. I will check that out, James. I will check that out after this. What's up, Connor? Nice to see you, dude. Welcome to the stream. We're all just hanging out and talking about anime currently while I'm grinding my mining and smithing up. Dot Hack is incredible. Dot Hack's one of my favorite IPs in general of all time. It's so hard to explain to someone what Dot Hack is about other than just the initial premise, because it's so cryptic when you're watching it. And you have to see the whole thing all the way through, or else you just won't be able to follow along whatsoever. Do you really? You can dress up like Kirito? Mabinogi had a legit Sword Art Online crossover before anime and video game crossovers were even that big of a thing. Yeah, I think rewatching things a lot of times can kind of do a thing to your brain where you lose what you had back in the day by rewatching. But that being said, I don't just want to walk around talking about how good something is without going back and seeing it again. Case in point, I used to think that Sherlock was one of the greatest shows that I had ever seen in my entire life. And then I went back and watched it now that I've watched a whole bunch of really, really, really good television, like True Detective and The Wire and things like that. And I've really started to notice how good writing can be in television shows. And then I went back and watched Sherlock, and it's pretty cringy. And it has so many plot holes and issues and all of these things. And you know, it's just that whole thing. Love, Death, and Robots. That sounds really familiar, but I haven't watched it. James, if you need to peace out and go to sleep, we're only going to call you a wuss for like 20 or 30 minutes, dude. That's it. So don't even worry about it. It's not a big deal. Yeah, one of my earliest animes that I ever watched was Tenchi Universe, and do not go back and watch any of the Tenchi stuff. It's extremely, extremely uncomfortable. But I just didn't know as a kid. I had no idea what was wrong with it, because when you're a young person, you don't see anything wrong with those things, because you're like, this person's treating these young people like adults, and that's what they should do. And then you get older, and you're like, that's not what people should do, actually. Children are a completely different thing, and they have no idea that they're a completely different thing. Dude, Bakugan. I had a dream one time about Bakugan that made me sleepwalk into my backyard, and my mom came and found me. I own Bakugan toys. Ben 10 was sick too. I legitimately loved it. I thought it was great. Luke, you're going to make it, dude. It's only like 10 hours of your life. What are you going to do with those 10 hours anyways, you know? Learn to make a cake or something? Nah. Nah. Iron ore to the furnace so we can smith it. We're all just the degen late night, no sleep schedule people. That's what we do. Iron bars. It's going really good. I'm getting a lot of smithing XP out of smithing this iron ore. It's going excellent. Dude, chaotic. I remember all of those trading card games that came out. I was into buying cards and never playing any of the games. I had the what are they called? Zatch Bell cards, where you actually got a book that you put all of your cards in, and I really just wanted a book. So that's why I ended up going for those. What was Chobits about? Oh, the majority of them are failing. Enjoy not sleeping tonight, Arjun. It's the weekend, fellas. It's Friday night. And you know what Friday night leads to? Saturday morning. And you know what Saturday is? It's for the boys. Everyone knows that. So we're hanging out. Relax, chill. Little intimate stream going on. Having a good time. It's about 50. About 50-50. That's about what you expect. I think the success rate for iron is 50-50, right? There's Zatch Bell too. What does Zatch Bell 2 do? Is he trying to be the benevolent ruler again? Second time? Momotos. Dude, I don't even remember all the terminology. I do remember the power scaling being pretty solid in that show, though. Like, you had to unlock the new spells by getting your bond with your Momoto even higher, and then eventually you could read another spell in the book. And then at times you would meet people who had multiple spells unlocked already, and you were like, whoa, I didn't even know that was possible, dude. It was so good. That and Yu-Gi-Oh! Were huge to me. Absolutely. And the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged was just an absolute game changer for my comedic timing and sense. James, I have a question for you. Would you describe the temperature in the UK right now to be a heat wave or just summer? Dude, Metabot's ripped, bro. Metabot's absolutely ripped, dude. People don't remember Metabots at all. I have a VHS tape of Metabots. If you get really far back, I had Beetleborgs merch, guys. I don't know if any of you remember Beetleborgs, but it was incredible. You should look it up. It's good. Dude, I'm 29. I don't know. The responsibility is coming for sure, and I'm definitely a more responsible person than I've ever been. I'm always where I say that I'm going to be whenever I need to be there, even if that means not sleeping at night. But I'm also going to play video games, and I'm also going to stay up later than I should, and I'm going to grind. My thing with the UK, and the reason that I think I could never live there, is that all of the people in the UK seem to deny the fact that summer ever happens. And whenever it gets really hot every single year, like it does, because it's summertime, people in the UK go, this is just a heat wave. We don't need air conditioning because this is just a heat wave. And it's like, no, that's not true. This happens every year. That's summer. I don't have any idea if I have enough iron. I'm just going to, and I'm going to find out as we do it. I'll mine more. I don't care. I'm not scared. Beetleborgs. There was some funky rap at the beginning of Beetleborgs, too. They wandered into some kind of basement, and then they became Power Rangers, like knockoff Big Lots Power Rangers. Yeah, I had the Beetleborgs Morpher. You put cards in it, and then the thing snapped out, and then it made little noises. Once again, Big Lots. Yeah, I know that the houses are all built to keep heat in and all of that stuff. But listen, man, it's hot, dude. Get air conditioning. We fixed this problem for you guys. UK people love talking about the weather, by the way. This is just a little fact of life. You know, I love my UK friends. You guys are great and amazing. It's a beautiful place. I hope to visit there. It looks incredible. I would really love to go over there and stay for multiple months at a time. All that being said, man, I do feel like you guys just like make things harder on yourselves than as necessary because, you know, you gotta have something to complain about over there. That's what you guys do, right? You guys don't have air conditioning in Washington? What are you guys doing over there on that side of the country? It gets up to like 100 degrees here in West Virginia pretty regularly. West Virginia is like Florida summers, just extremely hot and humid most of the time. And then the wintertime, we get like, I don't know, 30, 40 inches of snow over the course of, I didn't get any more ore out. We get like 30, 40 inches of snow over the course of a winter sometimes. It's nuts. Just power outages, rolling power outages. You can't drive anywhere, but we all just go out anyways, and we're all just sliding around in the snow, whipping the car around. It's wild, dude. It's absolutely nuts. I feel like the heat is pretty bad over there in general, though. Like, maybe I'm wrong about this, but I've heard so many complaints about the heat from expats. Nari, that is amazing. Why is the grid so bad over there? Also, Tweb, I'm glad I could unlock that core memory for you. You're welcome. Ooh, Midwest feels breezy right now. We're in a drought currently where I live, here in the Dub B, the 304. Nari, where do you live that it snows so much? Yeah, I'll talk about snow, dude. Listen, I'm sometimes a fan. There is nothing better than being curled up in bed on a deep snowy night where you know that no one is expecting you to go anywhere. That being said, there is literally nothing worse than knowing that you have to go somewhere when there's 10 inches of snow on the ground and not knowing how you're going to get back. I live on a hill. Everything here is a hill. There is no not hills in this city. It is all just ups and downs. And I don't know if you know this about snow, but when you're driving on it and you hit on the brake, you slide. I want to live in Minnesota, Narramander. That's actually one of the main places that I dream about moving to Minneapolis. I have family there, or Tiff has family there, but they're my family too. So, Douglas, count yourself lucky, and also count yourself having missed out on a whole bunch of core memories about like throwing snowballs at your friends and having snow days and doing all that stuff. It was wild, dude. Surprise snow days were always the best. I'm not going to have anywhere near enough ore for this grind, by the way. Yeah, I have to be watching anime or I have to be gaming to also watch anime, by the way. Like I can't just watch anime. It's just too much for me to focus on. I can barely watch Game of Thrones. Dude, I recognize that as well. We have a problem here in West Virginia where like school wouldn't get canceled because the people who decide whether or not school gets canceled is the Board of Education, and that's like right downtown where the streets get absolutely cleared of snow constantly. But all of the hollers around here. Do you guys know what hollers are, by the way? And do I need to explain the concept of hollers, or do you guys get that? But all the hollers here are just completely covered in snow, so no one can get to school anyways. There's no not hills. There's lots of not hills. It would be no not hills. That would be a hilly surface, I believe. Yeah, straight up, dude. I'm glad that you guys have the English debuff, honestly. Thank goodness that you guys all stood in a straight line and tried to fight us back in the day. Like that was really solid of you guys, honestly. My favorite thing about the whole Revolutionary War in America is that like less than 100 years later, we went to war with you guys again and just lost really badly, like really badly. So it just got super lucky on the revolutionary side. A ground war in America was easy to win, but when we had to get boats involved, we couldn't handle the English Navy. You guys and Drake of the Antarctic or whatever out there doing your English stuff. Pip pip cheerio. Carry on. Explain hollers. Hollers, so West Virginia has nothing but mountains. Like, it's just all mountains and valleys. And when you have a mountain that has another mountain right up against it, but there's a little bit of space in between that, we call that a holler, because a holler is hollow between the two mountains. And then people build houses inside of that holler that goes up into the mountains for miles and miles. So you'll have hollers that are like 20 plus miles long. So if you ever go to West Virginia and you ever come to the cities, and you hear that the population is like 250,000 in Charleston, West Virginia, which is what people say, know that only like 30,000 of those people actually live in the city. So the city's extremely small, and you really need to like be up above it to see the fact that there's all of these houses coming out into the mountains that people are living in. That's why we get called hillbillies. Nary, I think, do you live in Minneapolis? Minneapolis, I thought, was one of the most beautiful cities that I've ever been to. I thought it was super clean. I thought the people were extremely nice. I loved it. I thought it was great. I'm not just a RuneScape channel. Also, do we have two Lukes in the chat? Because there's two different colored icons. I'm not just a RuneScape channel. I cover other games. You gotta fill the niche for a little while. What's up, Thick? How you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah, everything went fine. Everything went great. I'm glad that it's all taken care of, and now I have the weekend to look forward to, and I just have to make a whole bunch of lip scrubs this weekend. But I'll be out here making videos and stuff, working on the the Dragon Slayer video. Hey, World at War Zombies is classic, dude. What happened in the American Civil War that I'm not aware of, Nathan? That would be very interesting for me to hear. Hollers is definitely slang. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be hollows is what they're supposed to be called, but we all just call them hollers. To the point that we have an off-brand soda at really crappy grocery stores here called Save-A-Lots that's called Mountain Holler. It's like knockoff Mountain Dew. It's delicious, actually. I drink a lot of Mountain Holler as a kid. Y'all probably don't even drink Mountain Dew where y'all are from. Y'all are probably like, this would be called an energy drink here. And we just drink it at breakfast time. All right, so you're in a pretty cool place then, Neri. That's cool. Like I said, I would love to live in that city. That's like one of my top locations for where I want to move to one day. I've never lived anywhere but here, so I want to live somewhere else before I move out or before I die. The PS2 History Channel game of the Civil War. Dude, and you guys have so much walkability in Minneapolis. Like, I was shocked by how little I needed to drive and how many steps I got in just naturally by being there. The stone chef over here and the little Easter egg we're in the ring. That's so cool. So that's super cool. Arj, aren't you kind of a lightweight when it comes to caffeine in general, though? Listen, guys, I drink like 2 energy drinks a week, and I wish I wouldn't drink any, but I love them. I love that feeling. Like, am I gonna have a panic attack today? Is this the one? Is this the one that's gonna kill me? When I'm in the gym and I've chugged a monster, and then I'm bench pressing, and my heart does a little stutter, and I go, "This is it, guys. This is the end of everything for me." That's how you know you're still alive. It's like I went rock climbing one time, and being up on that wall made everything else in my life boring for days. Just for absolute days. I love feeling like, oh, I might die here. This could be the end. Yeah, move out of this mortal coil, this meat suit that I'm trapped inside of. I told my mom today, because my grandma's doing stuff with my mom, and she said, "Your nails need clipped," and I said, I said, "I tire of the maintenance of this body." And she laughed and she said, "Yeah, me too." Hey, good job, Thick. That's sick, dude. We're out here playing the game. Cook's Assistant is a rite of passage. I hope you enjoyed it. I love Cook's Assistant. I think that quest is great. It's in my top 10 for sure. Dude, I love a white monster, bro. I put my pickaxe away. No, I gotta walk back. I love a white monster. The ultras, the zero sugars, that's what I always go with. I'm a diet soda boy. I can't help it. I just think the sugar is worse for you than the and I just like diet soda more. Like, I don't crave a Coca-Cola, I crave a Coke Zero. 4 to 6 coffee mugs a day. That's crazy, dude. Too much. Too much. But good for you. Live your life, do your thing. Indeed, Neri. They are indeed a vibe check. I tend to enjoy it, dude, you know? One of my favorite things to do is when I just tell people after the panic attack has passed, like, I just had a panic attack, just so everyone's aware. If I was acting strangely, it's because I just had a panic attack. So, like, I've been doing a thing lately to where I wake up in the middle of the night having a panic attack, and in my brain, I feel like I had a nightmare while I was sleeping, but, like, I think about my dream, and I'm like, there was nothing scary about that. I was just having a panic attack, so it felt scary in my dream. And then I just have to, like, cover up with a blanket and close my eyes because I feel like there's monsters in the room or something. Pickaxe. I need a pickaxe. I need a pickaxe. Where's the pickaxe? There it is. Okay, let's go. Back to the mines. Dude, Idaho sounds brutal, man. The public transportation here is absolutely terrible. Like, you just have to have a car. The buses are like almost never run on time, and it's just, if you want a job in West Virginia, you have to have a car. Dude, I can't do alcohol. I've never been able to do alcohol very well. I drank like really heavily when I was a kid, and by kid I mean, oh man, maybe like 15 or something, honestly. And then early in my 20s as well, when it became legal for me to drink, I drank pretty heavily too for a little bit, but it just gave me such bad headaches in general. I love a margarita, but dude, I feel like crap afterwards. I used to work at a microbrewery, and I was like a manager of the kitchen back there, and I had to know everything about the beers that we had on tap, and I couldn't stand it, dude, so much. It's an award-winning brewery, though. Apparently, it's really good. Yeah, dude, Uber's so expensive. I don't know. I used to drive for Uber, and like, I don't know. It's a bad area to. Dude, he's a literal Easter egg. You just pick him out of all the shots. That's so funny. Ooh, aspartame is addictive. That's an interesting one. I could see it. I love aspartame. Yeah, by the time I was 21, I was basically over booze too, but then all of my friends discovered it for the first time, so I had to get back in for a little bit, and we would drink like trash cans and Mad Dog 2020s and stuff. And Seagram 7, which I still can't smell. Seagram 7 and Captain Morgan, I can't smell without feeling nauseous anymore. Damn, Doug, you sound like me, dude. I had alcohol poisoning one time when I was 16 years old, and it was fucking brutal. Dude, it was crazy. I'm just so not into, like, I don't know, altered states. I'm just kind of over at this point. I did a lot of stuff when I was younger, like a lot of stuff. Like a lot of... You can imagine it. I probably did it at some point, and as an adult now, or like as an older person, I just don't see much of a purpose for it for me right now ever again. Not ever again, but as long as I have to work and do things, like I just need to be clear-headed. Luke, I chronically quit jobs after a year. That's like was my pacing for a really long time until I found kitchen work, and then I fell in love with being in a restaurant, and then I lost that job during COVID. I've been there for like 2.5 years. I lost it right when COVID happened, and now I've been making bath products for the past 4 years, and this is the longest I've actually ever worked anywhere. Full throttle plus Kraken. The first thing I ever drank out of a bong was a Four Loko that was poured into a bong whenever I was like a teenager, and it was brutal, dude. I thought I was gonna throw up. Arjun, honestly, like, America has a really weird party culture because of how taboo everything is over here. But a lot of us end up aging out of it or we die. And also, like, I mean, you guys have to understand as well that where I come from is one of the most drug addicted places in all of America. Like Charleston and Huntington have the highest overdose rates per capita of any cities in America, and they're both an hour away from each other here. So like growing up in this area, you just see it so much that it becomes normalized to a very difficult point. Like a lot of my friends passed away from partying when I was younger. Yeah, dude, you don't ever become an adult. That's what you realize as you become older. You just become an older person. Well, James, I'm glad that you've stayed away for it, or stayed away from it and enjoyed the other parts of your life that you've had to enjoy, you know? I don't think that you need to party. Like, I don't think that doing those things is any kind of rite of passage that you really have to go through. And I'm mad respective of my friends who are actually like, oh, Arjun, it's life. You know what I mean? It's just how it works. Like, I'm not trying to bum everyone out, by the way. Like, I'm not trying to dump. Like, it's, you know, I don't know. It's just kind of part of the existence. But like, but I don't know. I think that the partying thing like really brought me to who I am as a person nowadays in some ways. You know, it like matured me in some strange ways, and like seeing the things that I saw over the course of my life like gave me the knowledge of the world that I have. Yeah, Washington's really bad for that. I have my guitar teacher used to live in Washington, and he told me about like the way that it's changed over the past 3 decades, basically, because he lived there from like the late 80s in through the early 2000s, and his sister like still lives there, and she just had to move further and further out from Seattle because of how bad things have started to get there. I don't know if that's actually true. That was just a secondhand account, but I know Washington's kind of brutal too. Crackland in Brazil. Ooh, dude, that's rough. Brazil looks kind of dope though, honestly. Like I know that there's definitely problems with it, but in general, like Brazil looks pretty cool. Like as far as places to have a decent life, as far as just enjoying your life actually goes, it seems pretty good. No, I 100% agree with you. I think that the legality of alcohol is an odd thing in general. Like, it is such a potent drug, and it ruins so many people's lives. That being said, like anything that you do responsibly, I believe is totally fine. I've met people who do hard drugs and go to work and live their life and have fun and do all of those things, and it's no problem. But, you know, other people have a very hard time handling stuff, and you have to know who you are as a person, and you don't know who you are as a person with things that are harmful or potentially harmful until you try them, and that's the problem, I think. It's really tough. But also in countries where like in Europe and things, and in Italy and all those kinds of places, like people start drinking young, but they do it with their families because it's not as demonized the way it is over here. You know, in America, there's a lot of religion, and so because of all the religion over here, alcohol and things are thought of as being really taboo when you're young. And what do you do when you're young? You want to rebel, so you go and drink alcohol, and then all these terrible things happen to you. But in other countries, they just start young, and then they never think of it as being this crazy thing that you binge on. Yeah, dude, 100%. Yeah, I'm kind of locked to spawn RNG. I've like, it's so interesting. So many of my friends have gotten out or gone other places. I have friends who live in LA now. I have friends who live in Minneapolis. I have friends who live in Florida. I have friends who live in Louisiana. I have friends who live all over the place, other countries. I have a friend who lives in the United Kingdom now. But I just haven't really seen the chance for me to actually get out of this city. And I think that I was kind of meant to be here because the closeness that I've gotten with my family from staying here, I would have never have had if I would have left, because we weren't close when I was a teenager. And now I'm super close to my family and love my family. And now I feel like it's kind of time for me to sort of move on and see what an adventure somewhere else is. Ooh, that sucks, Tops. I have a friend who developed schizophrenia from psychedelics, and like it can be a real problem for a lot of people. I think that like for me, they were a thing that I don't know if I'm even allowed to talk about this stuff on YouTube. So, you know, heads up for everybody who, if you're like, you know, if you don't want to hear about this stuff, like trigger warning for sure. But like for me, psychedelics sort of gave me some weird headspace that I didn't have before, and made me understand how everybody else was also a person, and they also feel like that they're the main character. And by me going around and behaving as if I'm the main character, I'm like borderline robbing other people of their experiences. So like I shouldn't just make life about me all the time, you know? And I do not cross stream on Twitch. I don't know. Do you have to? Does anyone know if when you cross stream on Twitch, if it uses double your upload? Because if it does, I couldn't do it. But if it doesn't, I could do it. So, what was the alcohol minimum age before where you live, Stinky? By the way, I love that name. That's awesome. Stinky Sausage. Hell yeah, Arj. That's sick. Has the most butt jobs per capita? What do you mean? What is a butt job? Oh, butt jobs. Like BBLs. I get that. I feel that. $16? I didn't know the legal drinking age was 16 anywhere. It used to be the legal drinking age in America in a lot of places was 18, and people would like cross state lines. But even if you weren't like 18, you could, even if you weren't 21, there were so many ways to get alcohol back in the day. I love going back and watching videos of when drinking and driving became illegal, and everyone's like, they won't let you do anything here anymore. Isn't this America? And I'm just like, dude, this is so weird. Yeah, totally, Gabriel. I agree with that. Like, even though like I don't feel like I'm someone who's undergone ego death or anything like that, just being aware when my ego is rearing its head and when I'm sort of being problematic in that way, or like when I'm letting my ego take over and sort of like ruin my day or get me into an argument or all of those things, it's nice to know what's going on so I can check myself and sort of back off from it, you know? Like, that's really nice. And I think a lot of people sort of never have that understanding of themselves, and it causes a lot of friction in the world that doesn't need to be there. The Netherlands. I want to go to the Netherlands so bad. I want to go to the Netherlands and Sweden and just a whole bunch of places over there. Like, if I could go on any vacation in the world, though, I want to go to Antarctica and go through like the Drake's Passage and everything. And I just think that stuff looks wild and looks alien. And I want to see so much of the world. I've just never really had an opportunity. Like I said, I'm from one of the smallest states in the U.S. and there hasn't been a whole lot of travel in my life, so I just haven't had the opportunities. But I want to see as much of the world as I possibly can. I want to meet people. I want to see what it's like to live other places. I want to live in another country before I die, like, or move out, as we said in the past. We couldn't pass seatbelt laws in the U.S. today. They would never let it happen. They'd be like, this is how they're going to track us. You know, they're going to inject microchips into the seatbelts, and then they're going to inject it. We know, we've seen this before. Of course you can add me, Pulse. What's your name in game, and I'll add you. Just message me or type in the FC or whatever. You just joined by my name. Oh, 16 to join the army is nuts, honestly. Is anyone here actually like ex-military or anything? I've always been like, I think like if I would have lived a different life, I would have went into the military, and I have a lot of friends who are in the military, and I just, you know, I love hearing about the experiences of all that stuff. I think there's not a whole lot of things that make you an adult that like teach you about how to deal with responsibility anymore. We kind of got rid of all of those, and I think that the military is like one of the last things that we had that sort of did that. Not that I think that enlisted forced service on people is a good thing, but like I think there's a big problem in America, at least in my area, of people just sort of like, man, they just don't have any purpose, bro. You know what I'm saying? Of course you can, Ghost. Of course. Hey, I'm glad you're having a good time, Pulse. It's a blast, man. I love this game. Like, it's you know, major nostalgia every time I play it, but also it's still just like an incredibly fun game to play for me and a challenge, and I love it. Do you, the UK's not part of the EU anymore, right? So like, how does traveling between the two of them actually work? I know there was a whole big thing about Brexit. I don't know if it ever actually happened. I used to listen to a podcast based out of the UK, and that podcast fell through like right when Brexit was going on, so I never got to hear the conclusion of all of it. Nathan, I didn't see those. Yeah, I'm not super like, you know, I think the military-industrial complex is a pretty big problem, honestly, if I'm being like real. Like, I think it causes a lot of issues. But in general, I think like the club of people working towards you know, a common goal that's very difficult to achieve is very bonding, and also teaches you how to take on responsibilities that you don't know if you're ready for or not, and sort of forges you into a person. I think you can get that place with a lot of different methods. You know, you can volunteer, or you can work at a job that's really difficult or whatever. But I think the forging is definitely an important thing to have happen to you as a human being to some degree. Now, I like, this is one of my opinions that I'm totally flexible on, because I know that this is just my upbringing to a degree. Like, I'm a person that just believes in hard work. It's like a core value that I have, but that's just personal stuff. Brexit did indeed happen. So can you guys still move between countries really easily? Like, or do you have to be, do you guys have to get dual citizenship with, like, Ireland? Is Ireland still in the EU? How does that work? The United Kingdom is difficult because of all the different divisions, and I know that Ireland at one point was trying to be like its own sovereign nation again. And I know there's 2 different pieces of Ireland. Is someone else mining these rocks? There is someone else mining these rocks. Bro. Okay, we're just going to move on. This is this guy's name. It's a bot, so it doesn't matter. But still, if you guys, just, do with that information what you will. World Switcher. I guess we're moving to a West Coast world. A little bit of latency. It'll be fun. God, I love this track. Jeez, Pulse. I would say if I had to make a guess, because I feel like I'll probably be making RuneScape content for a very long time, and this is going to be my account that I'm going to be playing on. So if I had to make a guess, I would say that I'll probably end up maxing on this account at some point. Like, we'll just go ahead and say it now, because I think that people have asked me that question quite a bit, but I think I'll probably end up maxing on this account at some point. If I have a long-term YouTube career in any form, I feel like maxing my RuneScape account is going to happen as sort of a requirement for that almost. Hey, Luke. Prison happens, dude. I have lots of friends who have been incarcerated. MBDs. Did you learn? Did you pull yourself together? You doing good now? That's what matters. Don't worry about being off topic, dude. I don't mind. We're just out here talking, just chatting. You never have to worry about it. If I don't like what people are saying, I will just ignore it. But just because I'm ignoring you doesn't mean that I don't like what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like, I miss so much conversation. Like, there will be times where I'm like a full page of chat behind, but I don't like ignoring people. But eventually, I just have to be like, oh, there's a whole conversation going on down here. It's moving really fast. I have to scroll down. My highest level account is total level 1800. That's my highest level account. Northern Ireland isn't. That's fine, dude. You're fine. I'll watch CGP Gray's video on the topic at some point, and I'll learn more about it. I know there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with it, but at least you guys can still travel. I know that was like a big worry for a lot of people, is that the travel would be restricted. I felt kind of weird about the whole Brexit thing, and I don't have much of an opinion on it because I don't live there or anything, but I know that you guys were kind of suckered into a situation that ended up not coming to fruition. So you guys sort of signed up for something, and then you guys got like the worst of everything, basically, and I think that sucks. Typical government nonsense, though. I'm not maxing that because I don't want to have my account name out, my like main account name out there, because I've had that account for a really long time and it kind of means a lot to me. But if I'm making content on this one, I'm going to end up maxing just for the content and just for the grinds and the streams and all of that. So I'm using this account for all of that, just because I want you guys to be able to see the journey. You know what I mean? Like, if we're gonna spend 6,000 hours, we might as well do it from the beginning. I gotta click this actually. It sounds pretty simple to get back and forth. Like I said, I think the UK is like an awesome place. I think all those places in Europe are really awesome places. I think that America has some really strong points as well, and I do love this country, don't get me wrong. But like, we have so many issues that it's hard to like defend America a lot of times. Whenever people start pointing out things, it's just like, yeah, dude, I get it. Everything you've heard is basically true. We just love it for some reason. I don't know. Congratulations, Luke. I'm sorry that the things happen, but man, we become who we are because of the things that have happened to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I count my lucky stars that I didn't end up. You know, I was never personally involved in anything that, if you looked at the whole situation from what actually happened, you would never put the blame on me enough to put me in prison. But it was extremely lucky that I wasn't at the wrong place at the wrong time, because I had friends doing things on nights that I was supposed to be there, like, get arrested. You know what I'm saying? So, like, total feels, man. Total feels. Oh, yeah, Pulse. I will be playing The War Within, 100%. It's been pre-ordered forever. I've got, I have 2 months, I have a 2 months card sitting around just waiting to be redeemed, I will be playing the War Within. I can't make Rings of Forging yet because I can't make ruby jewelry. I'm about to go start smithing some iron armor. Stay free, indeed, guys. Yeah, man, it's tough out here. You know what I mean? Like, life is so complicated. This is that thing where, like, you know, I don't want to. I know that some people have a thing where they're like, oh, I don't want to bring down chat, like blah 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 that stuff. But like, I don't know, man. For me, it's like, it's a bummer, but I just don't have any. I don't have any problem talking about difficult subjects because living where I live, everything has always been a difficult conversation. You know what I mean? Like, you hear about tragedy, so and I'm like just sort of desensitized to it to the point that it feels like normal to me in some kind of way, which I think is why I'm such an upbeat, sort of jovial person, because when the worst things in life like seem normal to you, you just kind of eventually have to develop a sense of humor about it, or else you become like a really bitter person. And I just kind of didn't want to be that. So, you know, it is what it is. Love you guys. I'm glad that you're all here. You know, I'm glad that we've all made it through all of these trials and tribulations that we've had to go through in order to get to the point that we can be hanging out, talking about a video game that was released in 2001 and we all played on library computers. That's dope. Like, that's so cool that we all get to be here doing this right now. Arj, I think that there is a sect of people who are like that, who definitely sort of feel about America that it is the best country in the world and everything is terrible. And I mean, to the point that like my stepdad will sit there and tell you all these problems there are in the country, and then you'll be like, yeah, it's crazy that people call us the best country in the world. And he's like, no, we're number one. Like, it is propaganda that's been ingrained into a lot of people, but a lot of us, the majority, I would say, like that's like a loud minority. The majority of Americans are aware that like other countries are cool, and a lot of us wish that we could more easily visit them, but it's like really out of the scope of possibility for a lot of us. People do not understand how far away the closest countries to us are, being like Mexico and Canada. You're talking 1,000+ miles just to get there. It's ridiculous, like really crazy. Yeah, dude, I'll definitely be making War Within content. I don't know if I'll be doing streams or like what I'll be doing really in the War Within, but I'll probably be talking about it, my thoughts about it, and all those things whenever it comes out. So I'll be making content about that. I'll also be doing Guild Wars 2 content whenever we play Guild Wars 2 on like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever that is. No, 100%, James. I agree with you. Like, I am very aware of the fact. I mean, I talked about it on one stream about the fact that, like, other countries, like the UK, have all these crazy old laws because of how old they are. I mean, they've been around for, you guys have been around for a millennia, you know? Like, that's a wild thing to think about. Japan is the same way. It has all this culture ingrained into it because of how long it's been a country for. And America just doesn't have all of that. We're, like, still finding our legs. Listen, I do love America. I can't help it, you know? It's like, I once heard Henry Rollins describe living in America as doing the America, and like, that is such a real thing. If you're here and you get what I'm saying about doing the America, like what it's like to live in America, it is a interesting lifestyle where like, we sort of are handed the shit into the stick constantly. It's like RuneScape, honestly. Like, America is a lot like RuneScape, where, like, everyone has this mentality of, like, well, we had to suffer, so you all do too. And that's, like, how every law comes into law here. Every bill gets passed into law by this mindset of, like, we all suffered, so you all have to as well. And like, there's all these people who will have these conversations with you because they're not from here, who are like, oh, you guys have like all this money, you're so rich, like, why are you complaining? It's like, brother, like, that's not my experience. You know, LA and New York are both hundreds, LA's thousands of miles away from where I am currently. Like, Like, what you see on TV is not America for most people. It's a totally different experience. Those are like the absolute, like, richest of the rich, like the royalty a lot of times who live in those. Like, celebrities are like America's royalty section. You know what I'm saying? That's not the life for a lot of us. Yeah, dude, I love Henry Rollins. Henry Rollins is like one of my spirit animals. He's great. He's so cool. I dress like Henry Rollins. Like, I wear t-shirts and I wear 5-inch black shorts, and that's my standard cartoon outfit. Dude, that's crazy that Asmongold didn't know the flag of Mexico. That's nuts. He is too close to Mexico to not know the flag. No, I haven't made an RS clan yet. I didn't have 4 people together to make it last night, so I just didn't get it made. I'm so close to these levels. I just gotta hammer everything out in Varrock. I actually should just teleport to Varrock, honestly, but I'm gonna go up here to grab the runes. My take on the War Within press is that it looks good to me. Now I say that, like, I'm the eternal optimist. I think that I've enjoyed every WoW expansion that I've had the pleasure of playing through. I made a video reacting to some WoW content during this stream that I'll upload tomorrow, and it'll like cover all that stuff a little bit better. But like, I just don't think that WoW is the kind of game that I'm going to play for 1,000 hours at a time, the way that I would something like like RuneScape. But I love World of Warcraft, and I'm interested to see where the War Within takes us and what it's like to play that expansion. And I'm excited to level up and grind through it, and I'm excited to fight some bosses and get in some dungeons and do some solo dungeons. I think it's going to be a fun time. Is it going to be like as good as what people need it to be in order to love WoW again? I kind of doubt it, but I don't necessarily need that to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude. I wish I had a black flag tattoo. I like one of the first like punk friends that I ever made had a black flag tattoo, and he showed me like Blood Brothers and all that kind of stuff, and got me like really into Henry Rollins, and reading like Get in the Van and all those things like changed my life desperately. I modeled so much of my young musicianship life off of Henry Rollins, and like doing the hard thing and always putting yourself through the fire in order to get, you know, forged. So I love Henry. I think that he's incredible. I think he's a sweet man who, like, you know, I mean, he once said, like, in relation to having kids, he's not really chipped that way, and that really resonated with me and made me feel like, yeah, you know, I feel kin to Henry Rollins. I feel like I get his outlook on the world linked up with mine very well, so it was easy to love Henry Rollins. Oh yeah, the infrastructure in America is bad. Like, that's not even a hot take. I feel like that's just like super normal to say, dude. We're not made to walk around. It's so stupid. It doesn't even pay for itself in tax dollars. Don't get me started on this. Just let's avoid that. Like, it makes me angry, like so angry that America is set up to fail because the buildings do not make enough money in revenue to pay the tax money that they need to upkeep the area around them. That's like super irritating, dude. Like, it's so simple. A child could understand that, and they still don't do it because they just take the initial upfront money from investors, and it makes me so mad. Poor, I actually don't know who Keith Morris is, to be completely honest with you. I'm embarrassed over this. Hey, thanks, Santa Hat. I appreciate that. I love the low-level content, too. Low-level content is some of my favorite RuneScape content that there is. 100% Nary. That's my experience with WoW too. Just it's a month. It's a month of fun, and then you leave, and then you come back when the next month of fun comes out. Dude, I would get a black flag tat at 10K subs. I would do that. I already have tattoos. I would be totally fine with getting a black flag tattoo. I don't know where I'd get it, but I would definitely get one. Not on my neck or anything, the way that my friend Eric had. Dude, I think about this all the time. I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist here and there, you know? Like, I think it's hard not to be in the modern days where we have so much information that contradicts itself, and, like, it makes you confused about what's really going on. But I think about the fact that, like, Egypt is a society. Let me get this number right? Before I, like, okay, so Egypt, age, like, when was the Egypt Empire? When were the pyramids built? That's, like, the thing that I... Dating to the first dynasty, 3808, so BC. So we're talking, the pyramids have been around for 5,000 years. The pyramids were built 5,000 years ago, and you think about the fact that, like, we went from horse and buggy to airplanes and things in 100 years. Like, sometimes I think about old civilizations, and I'm just like, I just wonder what things were like back then. Like, how advanced were the people, man? I mean, the fact that these incredible things were built, like, there's nothing that we have built as human beings today that's going to last as long as the pyramids did, and that just, it's so bizarre. Dude, what a good quote, Luke. That's totally true, dude. You just have to love where you are. I saw something today that said, if you wait until life is perfect for you to be happy, you'll wait until you die. And I was like, yep. Yeah, dude, Henry Rollins, watching him just fight people at shows was crazy, dude. Oh, circle jerks. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Okay, yeah, so he was the one who moved over to guitar and all of that. Okay, yeah, I know. I haven't read anything from him, though. I think I've heard references to him, though, in Henry's work. Oh, yeah, I definitely think, Pulse, that they should add more low-level stuff. I think it's crazy that they haven't added more low-level stuff already. I think that every new skill that comes out should be free to play, at least to some degree, and I think it should be tied into the early game, because I think that you're going to get into a problem where people don't have any idea how to do things, and I think that you have to work it into early game so that new people who are coming in, because there's a lot of new people coming into RuneScape still, even though people don't understand that, and I definitely think that you need to do that. Let's just make iron plate legs. It's just a bar, so I'm just going to see what the money is. Skuria should have been free to play, honestly. Poor, why do you not think that Skuria should have been free to play? Dude, tinfoil hat time indeed. I once referred to myself as the tinfoil hat man of Charleston, West Virginia. Oh, simulation theory. I could talk about simulation theory all day, dude. Like, I don't know that we're in a simulation. Like, I don't even necessarily believe that we're in a simulation, but, like, the more you think about life, the more you're just like, well, what is it? Like, if you're just talking from a scientific perspective, I think about the fact all the time that, like someone once said to me, oh, you know, love is just a chemical reaction. That's all love is. And I was like, yeah, everything is just a chemical reaction. Like, that's all we are. It's just, like, hormones, chemicals, electrical responses going on inside of our brains. I think it's insane that we are just like a giant bag of meat that has all of these cells living together, and we all know that we're all of these cells. Like, that's so weird that we are an animal who just can perceive that we are an animal. That the very concept of that blows me away. And like, yeah, dude, I don't know. I just, it's such an odd thing. Like I said, I don't like believe we're in a simulation, but I could see it. It wouldn't surprise me if we came out that it was a simulation. Dude, how did they drag those freaking stones? I feel like I watched a documentary about this one time too, and they like had ideas and theories about it, but like, dude, it's nuts. Yeah, dude, I don't think that like in-game content is what most people do in this game. I think it's just what the loudest portion of the population does in this game. Is he an Easter egg over here? Brother. Dude. I keep seeing the green dot and I'm like, I just know who it is. Oh yeah, dude, I've seen too many things. I've seen too many things on too many things, you know what I mean? Doug, you're not wrong. There are a lot of people who just can't like really grasp that concept, or like you can tell them and they'll like agree with you, but they don't really like grasp the weight of it, you know? That's just a whole thing, but everyone comes to their conclusions in due time. Like, it just is what it is. Me and my stepdad's a super religious man, like super Christian. He also believes in aliens and believes that he's seen flying saucers, and which I find is so interesting. And he told me that, like, he believes that Quasi, thank you for becoming a member, dude. I appreciate that. That's so nice of you. I'm glad to have you. I love your profile picture, by the way. Like, bug catcher is legendary. But yeah, my stepdad believes that he's seen like flying saucers, and he told me, he said, yeah, well, in the Bible, the first thing is that God created the heavens and the earth, but then it goes on to talk about him creating our heavens and earth. So the heavens and the earth he created before are like the old ones that all the aliens come from. And I was like, all right, dude. Like, you are my kind of dude. I was so lucky with my stepdad. My dad was like was not around much, and my stepdad is dope, dude. Like, he's just so cool. Bro, I don't think that the person who created the simulation would be a massive a-hole. I think that they are somebody who just didn't care. Like, I mean, I think that we're like living in a laboratory. Okay, we can now make the stuff. We can now do this stuff. We're good. Let's just finish up all these bars, and then we'll move on to whatever else. But I think they just didn't care. I think we're living in a laboratory. You know what I mean? And they just like pulled us together, and then they were like, that's a cool one. I'll throw that in the back pocket and just leave it plugged in to see where it goes, and then I'll just make another one. If that's what happened. Dude, almost nobody is in-game, for sure. And people forget that. Like, I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a guy who was calling my friend Chris a noob, even though he has a maxed account, and I was like, this is crazy. This is poggers. For sure. This is nuts. Like, what world are we living in where having a maxed account is being a noob in RuneScape? That's crazy. Exactly, dude. Old school Heaven and Earth has much better mechanics, you know? But new Heaven and Earth has, like, just like beer illegal when you're 21, I guess. I don't know. And like Donald Trump. Like, that's what we got. Oh yeah, dude. Like, I don't know if you guys ever watch Carl Sagan videos, but the Tesseract thing that he talks about the projection of like what the shadow of a four-dimensional object would be, and that's the only thing that we can actually like perceive, is absolutely wild, dude. Dude, there's always going to be someone who thinks that they're better than you, and you know, whatever. Like, just let them think that. I don't care. You can be superior to me all you want. I don't mind, dude. It doesn't matter to me. We got EOC Heaven. Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, we got to go through the pearly gates, man. You know, it's a whole thing. Yeah, dude. I mean, I think that, Nary, that's a great point. It might be inaccurate to consider a creator as an entity. Like, I think all the time that, like, and this is just such a whoa, dude, kind of thought. So take it with a grain of salt. This is just my brain computing things. But I think all the time that maybe perhaps the universe is kind of God, and that we don't understand what it's actually doing, and it sort of like, you know, talks to us in the methods that it uses to create us, and it's kind of communicating with us its secrets that way, and all these different things. You know, like physics is a very interesting thing. Mathematics is a very interesting thing that exists. It sort of shouldn't. There shouldn't be anything that perfect in a world that's built off of chaos, but there are these hard-coded rules that are present everywhere that you go, and you can't find a place to break them. Like, one of the things that would give away us being in a simulation would be if we found out that conservation of mass wasn't real, or like thermodynamics wasn't real in certain places, and that's very, you know, it's a hard thing to parse through and think about, because I'm not a very smart person, but I like to think about it. It's interesting. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think if there's a God, like, I think he's pretty chill. I think he's cool with what's going on. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. You can get bank loadouts. You can train at the scale. You can train your skills at the banks. Like, it's great in EOC Heaven, dude. Everyone gets a mansion. You know. Hey Amy, what's up? You popped in just in time to catch the end of the stream. I'm just sort of hanging out for a few more minutes, then I want to pop off. But I'm really enjoying the conversation. So, Luke, I 100% agree with you. I also think that like string theory in general, and also just all of the theories, people get stuck on the theories about what things could be, and then they don't consider anything else, and that's a huge problem. I think it's just kind of. You got to be careful about getting too tied down into one specific way of thinking if you want to be someone who's looking for truth or whatever it is that we're looking for, because, I don't know. You'll start to believe that everything has to be a certain way, and you can find someone said it earlier that the problem finder will find problems everywhere, and it's the same thing with a person who believes something too heavily will find proof of that everywhere that they go. I mean, no offense to Christians out there. I grew up Christian. I have lots of family that's Christian. My brother's a preacher. But Christians have that problem where they see everything as a sign from God, and people who aren't Christians just don't do that. And I always find that difficult to have a conversation with them sometimes about things if they're really stuck in that sort of perception. Dude, if I got to heaven and on the other side of it was members content, that is kind of what it is, huh? That would be dope. If it was just Taverly over there, I would be like, this is my heaven. They figured it out. Dude, if you guys ever seen that Eric Andre meme where he's like shaking the bars, like, let me in, let me in. That's the way I was as a child, wanting to go into members so badly. Ooh, I wouldn't mind reading that book. Anarchy of Dirt. Interesting. Yeah, the particle versus wave double slit experiment indeed, dude. There's so many little things about that, and getting into software engineering was sort of my way of trying to figure out how things worked, I always suggest that people, if you want to go to school, go for a STEM field, just because I think that that's the only way that you're actually going to learn anything that's provable by yourself, So, like, I always think that STEM is the best way to go. Like, if you want to go for history or whatever, you really love it, then do that for sure. Follow your heart and follow your passion. But if you're someone who's just looking for meaning in life, I suggest going for a STEM field because there's so much solid concreteness in it. I'm always open about changing my mind on things. Someone once asked me in a comment on one of my videos of like, you feel like you're really set in your opinions. Like, do you not feel like that's a dangerous thing? And I never really responded to them, but I thought about it for a long time, and I sort of thought to myself, like, I don't think I'm that set in my opinions. Like, I only think this way because it's the only thing that I've come to the conclusion of. But if someone provided me evidence that brought me to another conclusion via my own thoughts about that evidence, I would change my opinions on things. For sure. I have no problem having conversations with people who disagree with me. I've had lots of them over my life, and I love having them. I think it's really interesting to hear other people's opinions, and, like, it shapes me, Yeah, truth seeker in bio usually does me the opposite. That's how that goes. My family was Baptist. I don't know what that actually means. My family, my mom's family is Baptist. My grandfather was a Southern Baptist preacher, and my grandmother on my dad's side was a Greek Orthodox minister. We're Greek. People often tell me that I look Eastern European, but like I come from Greek people. But then I did a DNA test, and it said I was not Greek at all, so I don't know how that works because my grandmother came from Greece. Like, legit, she had a unibrow. Like, the whole thing. That's a whole story. I don't... My grandmother her life was crazy, dude. Yeah, I hope you get reclaim tokens for all your lost pets. I would sacrifice large portions of my life to have all of my pets follow me for the rest of it, Yeah, Nary, exactly. And it also, like, sort of shows you that that code is sort of present in real life, that, like, the existence seems to be programmed in a way, and that there's, like, efficiency things happening behind the scenes, which is really interesting. Any tips on becoming a software engineer? Just start. Like, just start doing it. This is sort of my tip on anything. If if you ever ask me how to become a YouTuber, how to become a musician, how to become a software engineer, how to become a business owner, any of those things, I would say just start. You only learn by doing and failing. Don't expect to be good at it right off the bat, and just keep practicing and keep your head down and just do the thing. Don't talk too much about it, because people in your life will try to sabotage you the moment that you start getting your shit together. And find a good way to learn whatever works for you. For me, that was school. For other people, it's other things. You know, I'm bad at learning if I don't have deadlines and people keeping on top of me to make sure that I'm doing my work. But some people don't want those things. So if you don't want to do school, don't do school. I fear humanity actually will create God, Douglas. I don't even know if it's trying to at this point. I think it might already have laid down the groundwork. Dude, shout out to the Dev Free homies for real. Yeah, I also love when Asmund says that you can't reason someone out of a position that they didn't reason themselves into. That's super true as well. Exactly, Nary. That's 100%. Oh, that's a really good one, Nary. In general, Nary, this is another piece of advice that I often give to people. Find people that you want to be like and then try to be like them. Find heroes. People are flawed, and understand that no one's perfect, but find heroes. Point yourself in a direction and drift. Like 10 years ago, I discovered Casey Neistat, and it changed my life, you know? All of this, all of the things going on around me, all of the lights, all of the stuff I've been learning about. If you go back and look at old streams, I don't know if you can find old streams of me or old YouTube videos of me. I've privated a lot of that stuff, but it was bad. It was really, I had no idea what I was doing. I had to learn over a very long period of time, but I would have never have tried to learn if it wasn't for finding people who showed me that there was a pathway. Same thing with Henry Rollins. Like, I would have never have known that I could do things myself and not have to ask other people's permission if it wasn't for Henry Rollins. Like, it just seems like, you know, you get your shot, you know, the record label comes and gives you a deal. Like, that's what I thought that life was for a long time. Luke, that sounds brutal. Pentecostals are definitely like a strong sect of Christianity. Tiff comes from a Mormon background, and she's taught me so much about Mormonism. Do you guys know what soaking is? You guys ever heard of soaking? If you guys, it's gnarly. If you guys want to know about soaking, just let me know. We'll talk about it. Yeah, man, 100% Pulse. Like, literally, just do whatever you want to do in life. Like, it's that simple, man. Like, don't harm other human beings. Give more than you get. Just like give back to people as much as you possibly can. You don't understand how much giving back to people comes back around to you. I've also found that, like, just behaving in the way that you know is right and not doing things that you know are wrong is good, you know? Arch, that's so funny, dude. Maybe I'll find old streams. They were bad, dude. They were really bad. But, you know, I was cutting my teeth. Dude, soaking is wild. So soaking is this thing that people do. So in the Mormon faith, like having sex is super frowned upon, right? Having sex before marriage is like extremely frowned upon. So like what they do instead is they like link the parts together, and then they have a third person underneath the bed, and they shake the bed so that there's motion happening, and that way they can stay pure in the eyes of God, because they didn't actually have sex. So it's pretty wild. Yeah, Tiff was LDS too. I didn't even know that much about them. Her mom is still like heavy LDS. Her family, she has a lot of LDS people in her family as well. So like I've learned a lot, and it's really interesting. It's not that different than Christianity, but like they seem a lot more strict. It's all pretty wild. Yeah, Doug, I know, right? Yeah, dude, it's, you know, I think you just have to do right and not worry so much about, that's another thing. You just don't, try not to worry about what other people do. Like, it gets to me sometimes. Like I said, I'll get comments on videos and things, and you're just like, oh, it's like, you know, that person doesn't understand what I'm doing. Like, it's kind of frustrating. They felt they need to say something mean, and I'll just delete comments. Like, I'll straight up block people from commenting if they're just like troublemakers. Like I had like a homophobic comment on one of my videos today that I had to block that person from commenting anymore. But like, you just gotta sort of not worry about the other people in the world, you know, help the ones that you can and be nice to everybody. And like, when you see someone doing something that you feel is wrong, you kind of just have to be like, well, that's them. That's not me. You know, not my monkeys, not my circus. What's up? Did you finish your fries? I'll take a water. I think I have some still, but I'll take another one. Yeah, I'm almost done. I'm just sort of hanging out and talking now, huh? Yeah. You're gonna get on your computer? Hey, thanks, Rick. I appreciate that, dude. Is your name a reference to Game of Thrones? Dude, religious sex is crazy. It's nuts. I think that it must be absolutely like bonkers to wait until marriage, though. Like, that must be different, you know? I can't imagine. Couldn't have been me. I was rip roaring, dude. I was dangerous out there for me as a kid. Soak in the knowledge, dude. Soak. I don't know how it makes any sense, dude, but it's what they do. Tiff found this channel on TikTok where it's this guy who goes around and interviews people at Mormon schools, and he just asks them funny questions like kill a cat or drink a sip of coffee, and they're like, I would never drink a sip of coffee. It's nuts, dude. Heck yeah, Luke. Listen, I like it's incredible, isn't it? Like, learning the science of how the world works is nuts. Amy. Bro, I don't even know where those keys are on my keyboard, Amy. You got knowledge on me, bro. Indeed, that's what the third person said. Is the third person the one committing the sin? Are they all just like sharing the burden of the sin across the three of them? Is that the deal? I'm in world 430. Soaking does sound like a Pokemon movie. Or Pokemon move. Soaking sort of sounds like a Pokemon, period. Like some kind of like bathtub Pokemon with a crown. Yeah, dude, I don't know. Like I sort of like people who imply things, or I feel like they might be implying things, but they have a little bit of like reasonable doubt there that I might just be taking it wrong. I sort of let slide. But when someone just straight up like, I mean, they just used a slur, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, well, you're gone. Dude, like, sorry. Like, you know, I have people who are regular viewers and who love the channel, and I have friends in real life who are, you know, from other walks of life. So like, you know, you just got to respect people. That's what it comes down to. I don't like, if you're a decent person, but if you're just going to be out here saying just obnoxiously awful stuff to try to rage bait people, just like, gone. I actually don't need to pee right now. I don't know what's up. I think I've dehydrated myself. Huh? Drink more water. It's been like 3-4 hours. 2 hours. It's only been 2:40. Oh yeah, dude. I think a touch of the tism is definitely what sort of snapped me out a lot of things. They can shake it off. Jesus. Oh, does round down to 0 sin? You gotta be over 0.5 sin in order for it to round up. That's so real, dude. Damn. Cheat codes, man. Anything that you can round down to 0 is just 0, huh? Microtransgressions. That's what that's called. Yeah, dude. Tiff, have I ever showed you Rengoku from Bleach? I'm sure I have. You just got like, you know. No, I'm a bronze man. I'm not trading. Or well, people have traded me, but it's all like stored away in a section of my inventory. But someone gave me a bond. I'll probably use that bond. But no, I'm not an Iron Man. I'm playing like an Iron Man though. I'm having to grind for everything. Yeah, no, 100% poor. That's what I'm saying is like, I mean, you know, I think that like people get confused and that's how they end up being like mean, rude people. I'm gonna go stand in the clan section, by the way. If you guys want to like all show up and make a clan, like I'm gonna go stand in World 430 in the clan section, and I'll try to figure out how to make a clan. We can do that tonight. That could be fun. But yeah, like I think that people come to where they are through a lifetime of tragedy, sort of. A lot of times, I'm not 100% on the bandwagon that everyone's a victim, but everyone is kind of a victim in some ways. You know what I mean? So like, you know, it's hard for me to just write someone off because I don't know what part of their journey they're on currently and all of that. But like, it is a space that I am curating. Like, you have freedom of speech and I get that, but like, this is my house. And if you're going to just be like, saying horrendous shit to people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, like, you can't do that here. You know, it's just not, it's not the place. You go make your own thing and you do your own thing. Hey, dude, you have a dragon warhammer? Is that an Inferno cake? You are just so cool, aren't you? You just a turbo Chad, dude. I'm jealous. Like, I'm feeling actual jealousy for what you have on your character right now, Reek. That is nuts. Okay, let's see what I can do with that clan recruitment board. I don't even know how this works. How do I make a clan? Does anyone know? How do I make a clan? Who do I talk to? Oh yeah, dude, I love this game, brother. I love it. I don't know how to explain to people that this is legitimately my favorite game. I get so irritated whenever people call me like a scrub or a noob or like that I shouldn't play or whatever. Like, that happens sometimes in my comments, and like it's just like, dude, I just love it. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm sorry that I'm not Max, but like, I love it. I love it so much. I've loved it forever. I've been playing it since I was 5 years old. Like, it's ingrained inside of me in a way that nothing else is. So how do I do this? Does anyone know how I do this? I know I have to have 4 people here. Hold on, let me just walk away and see if anyone's... I've never done this before. I've never made a guild in a video game, except for like twice when I didn't have enough people to be making a guild. That's so funny, dude. I am trying to set up a clan if I can only figure out how to do it, dude. Oh, okay. Maybe I click apply. Alright, I have to be a founder to apply. How do I found? Let me Google this real quick, guys. I'm going to get to the chat in just a second. I'm enjoying the conversation. Spend like 25, get at least 5 players in the hub to form a clan. Players can leave after the clan is formed. Talk to the clerk and ask about creating a clan. Okay, let's do this. Good day. What do you do here? Okay, what is a clan? I would like to form a clan. Here we go. That's fine to me. Okay, everyone apply to me, and we'll get this going. I need to figure out what the clan name is going to be. So let's get. In the meantime, let's get some names for clans in the chat as well, and we can figure this out. Yeah, I think the community is definitely a reflection of me, and like I said, I'm trying to do what I think is right, and that's all I can do in my life. So if you guys want to hang out and you want to be here like long term and everything, and come and go as you want, and just all those kinds of things. How do I accept people? Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me go through here and accept all these people. Like, you'll just know that I will try to do right by you guys and try to keep this place as like healthy as I possibly can. And I'm not going to let people come in and just absolutely ruin it. Okay, hold on. Let me grab all these people, and then we'll make this actually clan. And then okay, hold on. Okay, what's the clan name going to be, guys? The Rube Cubes. Cubus Tubus, that's good too. Clan name GW2 next week. And we're going to play GW2, but that's not the clan name. Let's ask the people in RuneScape too. Of course. Yeah, of course not. Of course not, Sue. Like, yeah, totally. 100%. RuneScape, jeez. Can we have clan hand signs? Yeah, sure. Cubes Rubes. I think I'm gonna go with Cubes Rubes. That's good. It's just, I like that. Let's do it. That's good. It's catchy. Cubes. Hold on. I can't use Cubes Rubes. There we go. Okay, that's good. We're doing it. We're just going with it. I don't think, we just do. Clan name is available. Keep in mind that it is not reserved. Cool, let's confirm. Cubes Rubes. Okay, there we go. Cool. Okay, everybody, if you want to, if you guys want to join the clan now, I think that you should just be able to apply, right? So if you just go to the clan board and apply for Cubes Rubes, or if you just, if you click on me, maybe you can right click on me and click apply perhaps, and then I can invite you or accept it or whatever. Oh, I'll have to make a guild in Guild Wars too, definitely. I don't think so. I think you can just go to any clan board and apply. Cubes pubes. That one is oddly true in unfortunate ways right now as well. Actually, I was at a friend's house over the weekend, and they had like a stem bucket just full of like stem toys, and they had these cubes that felt like what I imagine a fake breast would feel like, and it was like it would form in all these weird ways, and I was like, this is so good. So I did rub a cube over the weekend. Did I not accept list the clan on the board first? Sorry. New to it. List your clan. I should start inviting applicants? Okay, hold on. Invite applications. Okay, I'm now inviting applications to the clan. So now you can sign up. List my clan. Cubes Rubes. Interests. What do we want the interests to be? How do I set up the interests? Settings. RuneScape would have been so good too. Arch, I've never, I promise. We live in West Virginia here. It's not exactly the place where that kind of stuff happens. No, the more modern implants that are more moldable, not the super hard, rock hard ones. Accept. Everyone gets accepted. Is there a limit? There shouldn't be a limit, right? Come on, bro. What the... All right, dude. I'm definitely inviting applicants at this point. Now I have to learn how to talk in clan chat. I haven't been in a clan chat since clan chats were like a thing that you had to join. You know, back in the day when you could just join them through like typing in what clan you wanted to join. Titles. All right, all right, all right. Can I not make my own titles? It's kind of a bummer. I need to go through and work on all of this at some point. This will be really cool. This stuff excites me. Do you just take a list on the left? Reek, can you trade me? Why don't you just hold on to that bond until I actually get membership? Because I'm waiting until after I finish Dragon Slayer to get membership. So I'm going to decline it. But I do have one in the bank that someone gave me. If you want to hold on to it until later, I will use them. Like if you want to give me a bond, I will accept it from you. But I just don't want it to be used on me right now to give me membership unless you're like, because I don't want to get members until I'm going to use it because I don't want to waste it. I don't want to waste your money. I think you have to apply. If you can tell me how to invite people, I will invite you, Gemini. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to use it until after I get Dragon Slayer. So I don't want to I just don't want to waste your money. But I appreciate it though. It's very, very, very nice of you. That's crazy, dude. You know, like it's hard to get money in this game. I think that you just find my clan in the search settings, maybe somehow. How do you apply for a clan? I don't know if I can do it, but I think that you can just find my clan, Cubes Rubes, and then you can apply for it that way. Yeah, welcome, Dino. If I get 3 pets and 1 KC in the game, probably the rat pet because I think it's super cute, and then maybe like King Black and I don't know, maybe just Sora for like the just to have it because I haven't ever gotten it. Everyone, I see Poor. Whoa, Poor, you're decked out too, bro. Reek is decked out, bro. You guys are like crazy out here, dude. Jeez, guys. You guys legit make me look like a noob. You guys look crazy good, like super tough. Bro, I like this outfit right here. Hold on. The Dragon Square Shield, dude. The Dragon Square Shield with the Amulet of Glory, or is that the Amulet of Glory, what's it called? Imbued or whatever. That looks sick. This outfit just looks really good together. With the axe, dude, like that's sick. That's really, really cool. I love the Trollscape outfit. That is sick. Dude, I love the goofy items in this game. That's really like something that kept me coming back. Walking around with a book in your hand is just so dope. Like, I don't know how to say that any other way, but like it is just absolutely dope. Arj, it was nice to see you. Enjoy your night full of coffee. Neri, what's it like buying bonds? They're so expensive. Like I can't imagine trying to get gold that way just 'cause it's so pricey, dude. 7 peaks throughout its lifetime. Good for the squids. I'm glad that they keep them going through. Bro, you guys look so good out here. With the games necklace and everything. Potent. Dude, trimmed rune armor or is that trimmed or Ceradomin? I can't remember. I think that might be Ceradomin. I think the trimmed rune armor is like a light blue. But like rune armor that has trim on it was such a big deal back in the day. I don't think people understand how expensive trimmed armor was. Gold trimmed black armor was just unbelievably expensive back in the day. Stone Chef is still out here at the Easter egg, dude. Like, it's cool. I love it. I think that's absolutely dope. What a cool little idea, by the way. Just like show up as an Easter egg, like an actual Easter egg. Let's go accept these people of the clan. Sorry. Of course. My fault. I can also see all your stats here. I just realized. Whoa. Rock, relax, dude. You're going too hard. You're gonna burn out, man. These are good stats. I like these stats. This is solid. Like, he's got a good spread. I have a terrible spread compared to how high my combat is. This is a good spread. You are doing the things in a very even method. Good job. Texas. Chill out, dude. Absolutely chill out. Like, what's your kill count on bosses, dude? Bro, I like that's a thing, right? So like I said, like I try to keep it like a like safe community, you know what I mean? But I do love me some goofy like jaunty troublemaking chat, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind, like, you know, you guys can, you know, we can test the boundaries, you know what I'm saying? Like, also a good spread, like, dude, like I feel you, man. That's so funny. My stepdad is such a troublemaker. Like, I learned it from him. Like, he's just the kind of guy who just like messes with people, but not in like a harmful way. He's just like he'll do something and then he knows that you know that he did it, and then he'll be like, why did you do that? And you're just like, it's so hard to find your way out of that maze that he's created around you, because now if you're like, I didn't do that, you did it, he's like, why are you lying about like that now? And then you're just like, how do I foil this guy? So like, I don't know, I'm a little bit of a trickster. I'm a little bit of a trickster myself. Tentacles. Oh man, my favorite bad joke is oh, hold on, let's just do it here. Why did Dracula quit eating red meat? Because like a wooden stake, you know what I'm talking about? Oh my gosh, that's my favorite bad joke ever, dude. I love it so much. Bro, Texas, I love that you have way too much time on this game. This is that thing, is like, I'm just impressed by people who have found the ability to like put all that time into the game. You go to the clan recruitment board, you have to be on a free-to-play world, and then you just find my clan name and you just send me an application, and then I can accept your application here, just like Kujini, which I'm assuming he's like a Kujini, you know, Kujin, which apparently I'm Italian, so I can say that. By the way, guys, 99 cooking, very good. 99 fletching, the two skills that I would assume you would get 99s in first, very good. Let's accept. Stone Chef, let's see what your stats are, brother. You guys are so much better at this game than me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel impotent now. With the new goal for this account is like just absolutely get high stats so I can feel better. Can we get a clan hall? Is there a clan hall? You must finish accepting applications before you can open a clan hall. Hold on. Applicants. There are no applicants to view at this moment. What? I don't understand. I think you have to search or something. Cubes, rubes. I think there's no search button for me, but that might be because I have a clan. I didn't join the clan myself. Can anyone help out Stinky Sausage? I love that name. Yeah, dude. Who would want to do Hunter, right? I definitely didn't S tier Hunter or anything. I like Hunter. What goes through Wasp's head is fun, dude. Adam, enjoy Doctor Who. I hope it's one of the first 5 seasons. And if it's not, that's totally fine too. I just haven't gotten all the way through it yet, but enjoy. I wish I could ask you what your favorite Doctor is, but you're peacing out, so I'll see you later. Oh my. Just be on this world and go to the board. That's what they said, Cam. Or that's what they said, Stinky. Okay, once we get everyone in, I'll make a clan hall. We just got to get everyone in first who wants to join. So once we stop getting applicants, I'll turn it off. I don't even know how. Okay, delist. Cool. Okay, Striker Kai. I'm glad that you have low rune crafting. Everything else is base 50s, and you're like, rune crafting sucks. I feel you, dude. We're just like, just play the mini game. No, thank you. 90 attack, 92 strength. That's respectable. I hope your DPS, your defense is lower, MN. Good job. Good job. That's also the right way to train stats for sure. Defense, you know, keep it low. Who cares? 89. There we go. There we go. You got good rune crafting, though. I'll let it slide. Low Slayer, though. That's about where my Slayer sat for years. Very good. Shadow. You're getting sweaty, dude. You need to change your shirt, man. You're starting to get a little sweaty, but you're still smacking, dude. Hey, Arj. Welcome, dude. I'm glad that you're here. "11 is your favorite doctor? Good night." No. I'm a David Tennant and Matt Smith guy. I don't actually know what number 11 is. I think it's... Huh? Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah, Matt Smith is 11. Good choice. It's solid. That's absolutely solid. Matt Smith is sick, dude. I wrote Tiff a video essay last night about how I like Matt Smith and why. Just info dumped on her. Good job, Shadow. Excellent work. Chomaro. Ooh, I like these stats, buddy. 84. Why do you only mine mining and smithing? You like mining and smithing. You know what? It's fair. 9 Hunter. Also respectable. BMO, do you want up here? Come on. Come on. "47 attack, 50 strength, 32 range. Range is OP, dude. You got to do a little bit more range. You're just a little sweatier than me. Yeah. We're out here being the rubes, dude. Cubes rubes. I feel it, dude. This is good. This is fun. I'm not a mining guy. It's just not for me. I'm not mining it so much nowadays, but like, I'm not mining it so much nowadays. Oh. Hey. What's up, GM? Oh, Mexify over here. Nice to see you, dude. I'm glad that you joined. BMO, are you trying to eat my headphones? You know you can't do that. You did that as a puppy and you got in trouble. You guys want to see the dog? Fimo, look down. She's like, there you go. She's a cute girl. She's my favorite little guy. We hang out all the time. She's my best friend, dude. Like, when weird things happen in the house, she just gives me a look like, can you believe this shit? And I'm like, dude, I know. This is BMO, like from Adventure Time. BMO. Okay, are we good on applicants now? Is everyone in who wants to be in? Speak now or forever hold your peace. I'll give you like 40 seconds. She's a good girl. She's incredible. I will not be picking anything up, but if you guys want to drop party, you guys do whatever you want to do. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Okay, we got one more. Live of the party. Ooh. Oh. Bro, you were successfully escaping. You have 99 farming. All right, dude, you've been doing tree runs. I see you out here with them tree runs. I'd be doing tree runs too, dude. I mostly just buy everything to do tree runs with. I just waste money on here. 80 prayer. You've also been hitting up those house parties like me, dude. What's up? What's up? Okay. Camp, are you still coming, or? I can't enter the guild hall until I take it off, apparently. Hold on, let me check to see. Oh, we can go in. Okay, cool. Whoa. Fellas. Where's a nice dark corner for me to hang out in? Oh, right over there. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. This is sick. Yeah, I know. I'm giving you guys time. Don't worry. Sorry for the delay on the stream. I always forget to click that box off or to make it as short as possible. I don't know if it takes up more upload or not. This is sick. This is sick. Guys, we have this whole clan hall to ourselves. Cubes rubes. Indeed, indeed. the music in here is dope. Immediate Easter egg. What a good roll, dude. The Easter egg guy. That's solid, dude. That's a good bit, man. I like that bit a lot. What was the clan hall supposed to be? I'm gonna go out and accept some more people real quick. We got a couple more applicants. I want to be able to get them into the guild hall too. Hold on. Here. OBGY and sneeze. Okay. 99 fletching, good one. 99 farming, good one. 99 cooking, good one. 99 fire making, solid. I see the skills that you can get to 99 without having to be too active. That's good, dude. I appreciate that. That's the way I am as well. Dude, your stats are sick though. You're so good, Boulder. Bro, we got so many applicants. Okay, hold on. OBGY and sneeze. 89, 77, 95 strength. Dude, you hit fat numbers. You get with that 1 HP Dark set, dude. You could absolutely smacks people. 94 mage. That's impressive, though. 94 mage. 98 hit points. That's a good one. I love hit points as a skill. I think it's so cool that it sort of trains passively when you train everything else. That's super good, dude. Let's see. He said, I don't like these. I don't like these. I don't like these at all. These are not for me. Are there no member skills trained? Are you free to play, though? That's wild, brother. Am I missing a skill? Do you have farming? Where's farming? No, you don't have farming. So you're free to play, and you have no range. That's sick. Do you have really good stats for... You also didn't do any rune craft. You have really good stats, bro. You're doing great. Absolutely killer. Keep it up. Oh, another max. Barty out here with the high-level skills. Go take a shower, dude. You're so sweaty. Back into the guild hall. Come on in, guys. Get a drink. Yeah, dude. I always make the joke. I used to, whenever I would play on MMOs back in the day, I would just make my name a big sandwich. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Scooby-Doo animation where it's like, I'm gonna eat a big sandwich. Hold on. Where's the drop chest at? Where's the drop chest at? I don't even know. Is it in here? Do we have a bank in here? Dude. Where's this drop party gonna be? Are we in Falador for the drop party? Follow you. Hold on. I'm following you. I'm following you. I'm following you. Takes a minute for it to go. Yeah, let's dance. Everyone, drop party upstairs. If you guys want to be involved, come up here. So how does the lever actually work? So where's the lever at? All right. No, you're not. You can still get in. Just go and apply. I'm on world 430. The party is downstairs. Okay. We're gonna do a drop party, fellas. Tiff, are you gonna get in the clan or what? We go outside 1 second and just make sure that no one else is applied that can't get in. Yes, just learn. Escaping the mid game as well, dude. Look at you out here with these 99s. You have good combat stats too. A lot of people who have skill 99s don't have good combat stats. Chest downstairs next to a lever on the wall. There's a pedophile cat in the kitchen, bro. Sorry, I got distracted. Poor. That old pesky ADHD kicking in. Oh, word. Can only I put them in there? Hold on. What rank do you have to be to use the... what rank do you have to be? Permissions. Can I... Do you guys... Jesus, this drop party is going to be nuts. Do you guys want me to, Do you guys want me to just make permissions real quick? Let me see if I can make permissions real quick. Events, here we go. Coffer. Here we go. What is everybody's rank right now? Sorry, guys. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Members. Dog's body. Everyone is dog's body. That's interesting. Okay, so let's make those different then. Oh, wait, that's wrong. Permissions. I can't see any way that this would go wrong, but I'm sure that it will by making everyone, or making the drop party dogs' bodies. Okay, everyone should be able now to deposit in the chest. If you want to deposit in the chest. And also you should all be able to accept, yes. Wait, what? You must finish accepting applications before we can use the store. Okay, let me go accept applications real quick. Barty Skiller. You pures are interesting to me. One day I want to make a pure account just to see what it's all about. Alright, let's go back over here. Let's put these items in the chest. Unless someone applies before I get over here. Back out. I have to accept applications again. Can I? Applicants. Here we go. Hold on. There's none. Hold on. Stop inviting applications. Just for now. Yeah, let's try this now. You're doing attempts. Alright, here we go. Hill Giant Club, cool. Confirm. Cool. Okay. Now let's re-administer the permissions. Oh wait, hold on. Finishes the clean house facilities before you can view applicants. Okay. Guys, I'm gonna pull the lever. I'm gonna pull the lever. I'm gonna pull the lever. You can play the piano? Bro. Hold on. Let me go get something real quick. Hold on 1 second. Let me go grab something real quick. I have something to put in here. I want to put some stuff in here as well. Hold on, give me a second. Let's just get rid of all this stuff. Where am I? There we go. This was my first wooden shield that I got in the game, my first bronze sword. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. This is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. Alright, guys. Okay. Absolutely perfect. Okay, let's make sure that everybody's permissions are solid so we can actually do this. Hold on, permissions. Okay, so enter clan hall, edit clan hall, get drops from party balloons. That's cool. Deposit in the party chest. Everybody as well. Everybody should be able to do it. Yes, there's no reason why everyone shouldn't be able to do this. Let me know when everyone's good. Let me know when everyone's good. Alright. I'm doing it. I'm pulling the lever. I'm pulling the lever. Why won't I pull the lever? I'm not moving. There we go. Oh my god, the lag. All right, here we go. Oh, it costs 1,000 coins. Hold on. Dude, this is... like, I promise you, I'm not even trying to build suspense, but, like, it is happening beautifully. Hold on. No. Go back inside. Go back inside. I gotta get 1,000 coins out. Oh, my gosh. Alright. I've got it. This is like killer content, honestly, guys. Like, just from my own stupidity of not knowing how to do it, this suspense was great. Alright, guys. Trevor's, I can't invite anyone until after this drop party is done. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. Alright, hold on. Let me do this drop party. Are you guys ready? Oh, you guys ready, though? Are you guys ready? Look, it's balloons! Go for it, guys. Get the balloons. Pop the balloons. Get the balloons. Where's my emotes? Where's my emotes? Let's bow. We're doing good, fellas. We're doing good. Let's dance. Bop, bop, bop. It's like people throwing out $100 bills on Wall Street, bro. This is sick, guys. Good job, everybody. Thanks, everyone. Like, for real. I appreciate all you guys. It's so cool. He's gonna drop more. I don't have any more coins, bro. I can't afford these drop parties. Oh! Thanks, everybody. Gotta pull it again. Let me go get 1,000 coins. Hold on. Let's see what's in there first. Oh, there's someone's gonna get 21 mil. Okay, it's worth it. It's worth 1,000 coins. I just have to have 2K to buy the freaking boat. Oh my god. Here we go. Let's go, guys. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's go. If you're missing out, then you can get rich off of this, bro. Hold on one second. Let me leave the port. Let me leave here and see if I can accept some applications real quick to see if anyone's here. Applications. There are no applicants to invite applications. If anybody wants to get in the clan right now, like this is time. Hold on. Let's see if anyone can get in the clan. I've only got 2K left to spend on this. Tiff, you have to come to my world at the Grand Exchange. And then you go up to the application board and you join the application there. So go to World 430 at the Grand Exchange if you're not already there, and then just like find me where I am in my green dot, and then come over there and join. Wait for Tiff. We'll do another drop party after this. Huh? Come join, fam. The more the merrier. We're doing big drop parties. We're doing big drop parties. Bro, there's 21 mil in that freaking pot, dude. It's crazy. Hey, Trevor's. You got 70 fishing. You got higher fishing than I do, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Accepted. Easy accept. Yeah, I like I guess if you guys discover how many lever pulls exactly it will be and then let me give the excess gold back to somebody, I will accept the gold for the lever pulls. Yeah, Karama diary completed. Good job. Karama, the right way to pronounce Karama. Good job, brother. Have you figured it out yet, Tiff? Are you at the Grand Exchange? Yeah. Tiff's coming. She's slow. How does the guild coffer work? I'm assuming it's like the guild bank. I don't really want to just like take a bunch of money from people without them being able to like, you know, without them being able to get it back. So I don't know if I'm going to use the guild coffer or not. Fruit Dude 2. Ooh. Ooh. Comfortably mid-game. This is the best way to be playing the game. This is the best part of your entire journey in RuneScape. You were tasting power for the first time. Excellent work. Get in there, baby. Oh, Poor Choices wants to trade. I will offload this money back to you when this is over, Poor. You cannot not take this. By trading me this, you are accepting that you will take the excess cash back at the end of these drop parties. Just so you're aware. Word. Okay. You here yet, Tiff? Are you on World 430? Come over to my green dot. I see you walking around at the Grand Exchange. Walk back to where you just came from a little bit, I think. I'm at like the northeast corner of it. Huh? Or sorry, the southeast corner of it. My bad. It would help if I knew directions, huh? Where's my Zins? Oh, I dropped my Zins on the ground. A coffee Zin for the road, fellas. Pop the old one out so I don't overload on nicotine. All right, now just click the clan recruitment board, and then you should see Cube's Rubes, and then you just click it and click like, huh? Cool. Let's check out OES Roxy stats. Let's check out Tiff stats. She finished Waterfall Quest. These are good stats, Tiff. These are good stats. Guys, These are my lady's stats, dude. Like, check this out, bro. These are solid. Like, this is good. You have 29 Slayer, dude. I didn't have 29 Slayer until I started playing old school RuneScape. Like, so after the wipes and everything. These are good stats. See you, Reek. Have a good night, dude. I'm about to go do another drop party now. Okay, everyone should be in to the drop parties. Just walk inside of this little blue portal right here and click Enter Clan All, where I'm at. Yeah. All right, fellas. Y'all ready for this? He says, don't fall it yet. I think I have to turn off the applicants anyways. Hold on. Stop inviting applications. There we go. Reek, thank you for coming through. I hope you come back through, dude. It was nice to meet you and nice to hang out and everything. It's a good time, dude. Down, 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 no, 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 no. Pop the balloons, Tiff.
I don't understand that.
You pop the balloons. You gotta keep popping them. The items could be in anything, dude. The balloons could be anything. You guys gotta pop all the balloons. I'm not even gonna mention it. I'm not even gonna mention it. No, not you. It's someone fell for it, dude. There's a guy using an item that turns him into an item on the ground, and people keep thinking. That's so good. Oh, top tier, bro. Top tier. I'm sorry I outed you. That's sick, dude. Hold on, let me see if there's anything still in here. Oh yeah, there's so much in here, guys. We're gonna have to pull it so many times. Okay. More balloons. There's still 19 mil up for grabs, guys. There's still 19 mil up for grabs. There's rune gold trimmed armor in here. Oh my gosh, so many big bones, guys. There's 17 mil left for grabs. Here, let's pull it again. Oh, most of the money's dropped. A huge stack of money just dropped. Someone's gonna get rich. Someone's gonna get rich, dude. Someone's gonna completely skip early game off of these drops. There's so much stuff. All right, let's drop some more. Pull it one more time. Let's see where that gets us. There's balloons everywhere, dude. It's so fun. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations. Thanks to everyone for coming out. Oh no, Douglas. I'm glad that you got something here, Trevor's. That's everything, fellas. That's all of it. Congrats, everybody. Congrats on your victories. Thank you for hanging out. Guys, I'm going to be a RuneScape master at some point because of all of the stuff that I'm having to learn from this, from doing this. Like, now I know how clans work. I just like I'm speed running learning content at this point. Dude, they're crazy. It was fun. All right, guys. We're going to wind it down. I'm going to end it for the night. It's been a blast, everybody. I have this extra money. If anybody wants 5,000 gold, come and trade me over here in this corner, and I will give you 5,000 gold. I will not keep it. I will drop it on the ground if nobody comes and takes it from me. So whoever wants this 5,000 gold needs to come and trade me and get this 5,000 gold. Somebody better come get this 5,000 gold. Anytime, Dino. Thanks for coming out, dude. Hey. Hey, thanks, Pulse. Thanks for coming out. I'm glad to be here, fellas. It's a good time. Best part of my day. Stream again Sunday night, probably. I'll see what's happening then at that point, and maybe I'll play some RuneScape 3 or something. I don't know. I've got to get through here. Tomorrow I'll probably be filming Dragon Slayer or something, or I'll start filming Dragon Slayer and working on that video, and then yeah, we'll push on to everything else. So thanks for coming out. Next time, hopefully the next time I stream this game, I'll be in members content and we'll be doing some wild shit then. So thanks, fellas. Thanks, everybody. Be safe. Yeah, 5,000 smackaroonies. Q points? Dude, I don't know. It's not my place to... We're just all fellas. We're just all hanging out. Even if you're a lady, it's just all fellas. But I don't feel comfortable giving a community name. Indeed. I like the Shepherd's hook. Rubik's Cubes. Oh, thanks everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for doing this with me and coming along. It's a good time. All right, fellas, that's it for tonight. Be safe, and I will see everybody on Sunday for some kind of stream or another, and then we'll work on... I'll get a Discord together. I promise. That's the next thing. I get a Discord together, and then we're going to play Guild Wars 2. Be safe, everyone. Good night. So long. So long and good night.